All right. What's upper Dub Nation? 7 minutes late. Okay. Here's where you want to go to watch the game, okay? Hey, we got 3 votes, so that's good. 3 people checked this out before I just went live, which I was 7 minutes late to. Let's pull up the old box score for this game. Dean Chambers, no idea where he is. I texted him. Disappeared. Let's see. Oh, what am I doing here? Post. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one. NBA Finals 2022 NBA Final. Oh, let's present the back screen for you. I did the, you check out the background here. I tried to find something that had a lot of dudes in it, a lot of players. Okay, we are going to go NBA Finals Game 3 box score. There it is. Skip the Google version, go into the NBA.com version because it has more on the screen. Wait a minute. Where's the box score? If you go to Twitch, we're queued up, ready to go. What? Okay. Then I'm not going to use you guys. Oh, you know what? What about BK Ref? Oh, that's kind of small, but let me see. What if I did this? Oh, and can we change to each quarter? Yeah. Oh, this is way better. I wish they had live ones during games. Ooh, we only played 8 people. And 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Wow. And Otto didn't start that one. Wow. I did not know that. Game 3, right? We will lose by 16 points. Yeah. Okay. Set that up like that and hit plus to make it bigger. Oh, I like it. It's really too bad we can't use BK Ref for every game, huh? Yeah, this is way better. Andre got to play 6 seconds. This is first quarter. I'm sure more people played, but again, Otto Porter didn't start until game 4. Oh, right, because we lose game 3 and then game 4 he starts. All right, is everybody at the Twitch ready to go? Hey, Daniel Barry, what's up? I know, Mavs in 7. Okay. Everyone ready to go? Say something in the comments. I'm ready to hit play over there, or I'm ready to transmit. How should I say it? I am ready to have somebody hit play over there in Twitch world. Just so you know, we can't really do this on this platform. You know, we got to use both platforms. There's no other way to do this. So if anybody is seriously offended by it being streamed somewhere on the internet, go ahead and submit your strike or whatever you want to call it. I see 0. You know what? Maybe there's technical difficulties. Let me check. Did I spell it wrong? There's like nobody there. Okay, let's see. What is this? Oh, it's not working. What? No. Yeah. What? Hold on. New test comment. Yeah. Unless you've got a time machine, that content is not available. Oh, because there's no @ symbol. Duh. On Twitch. There's no. Oh, yeah. Okay, anybody else there yet? StreamYard is telling me 0 people are there, so nobody's watching this. Okay, fine. Well, I'll just do play-by-play. Why not? Maybe the pain of the loss is evident here. We're gonna start the game. Here we go. Oops, I'm on the wrong screen. There it is. I'm starting the game, and I'll do play-by-play for y'alls. Ready? Annette, what's up? Edmonton Oilers. Okay. Here we go. We're about to tip off game 3 of the 2022 NBA Finals. We just tipped off. Draymond got the tip from Looney. Looney won a tip. Hey, Loon Dog, way to go. And that just occurred at about the 6:25 mark. Klay dishes the Looney. Looney scores with an incredible bucket. And good job by Klay to drive immediately and not settle for threes or what have you. Jaylen Brown's going to be hot this quarter. He just splashed a 3. 17 points in 1 quarter. Oh, my gosh. All right, Klay right side. Hand our little pass to Looney. Looney resets it to Draymond. Over to Klay on the curl. Bricked it bad. Tatum downhill on Looney. Gets a foul. All right, so who else is here with us? And let me make sure. Dean Chambers, if you show up, you've got to tell me because I'm not looking around for you. He's not around. Hasn't checked his phone. So, oh well. Anyway, we got Jason Tatum to the line, and he hurt his shoulder on that kind of drive that all the young players do these days, which is kind of drive your shoulders up, and got fouled. And so Looney hurt him a little bit, but actually in the Miami Heat, yeah, he injured his left shoulder against right shoulder, my bad, right shoulder, shooting shoulder, shaking it off. And misses a free throw. Wow, 10 votes. Okay, I'll just do the play-by-play. Absolutely, Pinky, absolutely. Let me just take a quick check over at stats over there. So really I think I'm the only one watching, or somebody else is the only one watching, and everybody else is podcast style, which is cool. No worries. Steph with a nice little hesitation or fake spin over to Wiggins for 3, and the yellow, he missed it, yellow Nikes that he taped out, the Nike swoosh. Jaylen over to Horford for 3, good. Left wing, catch and shoot. Steph drives on Marcus. There's no call by Scott Foster. There was a little bump, but they're not calling that. I don't mind. Jaylen finds Looney on the switch with Horford. Horford set the pick. Finds JT in the corner, missed it. Draymond knocks the ball away from Rob, but it's a loose ball. Find Jaylen Brown in the corner for 3. Assist Jason Tatum. Quickly 10-2 Boston. I got 9:53, 9:52, 9:51, 9:50. It's a 10-0 run, by the way, because Looney hit the first bucket, if you remember. Wiggins Late clock has to fade away on Horford, and he does, and he scores. So that's good old-fashioned Wiggs there. Jalen fakes the three back to Smart on the right wing, one-on-one Draymond, back out to JB, turns the corner, but Looney's there, and now they're going to call a foul. Scott Foster, the same guy that didn't call the foul, and then he calls that one on Steph. What the hell, man? That's horrible, dude. That's absolutely horrible. But the thing is Steph, the first thing you ought to do is say, well, I didn't get the call down there on Marcus Smart. Like, you got to tell the ref what he's doing wrong. You can't just, do this and put the mouth guard back in your mouth. Anyways, Marcus Smart missed the three. Horford got the rebound. Kick it to JT from the top. He takes Wiggins' right side. Is the idea to let JT go right? I mean, come on. Klay misses a jumper on a curl. Pass was by Draymond, and Looney set the pick. So now Jalen will charge into Steph. Steph, good job of, you gotta sell it. And he did, and it was his shoulder into the chest, and it was a legit call. And that's actually no doubt about it. Every level, every league, and every place on the world would call that one a charge. He leaned his shoulder right into Steph, and Steph hadn't moved yet. Derek White comes in really quickly for, who did he come in for? Oh, Robert Williams. Steph for three. Interesting. They got rid of Rob Williams. I mean, maybe something was wrong with him. Let's check the box score. Rob Williams, 6 minutes, and he'll come back. So we're at the 8:20 mark as Marcus Smart turns around, hits a jumper. Klay will go baseline on Horford over to Draymond, wide open for three, shanked it. Looney fights, but Derek White's also there, and Scott Foster doesn't give him the save. Derek White's out of bounds. 8:05 to go, first quarter. In a game we will eventually lose by 16 points. So bit of a blowout. It will be. So let's just try and keep that in mind, see what we did wrong. I have a feeling it was our defense, but we'll see. Steph over to Draymond. Draymond with the ESP pass to Klay, but Klay missed it. Looney offensive rebound. Finds Wiggins, left wing. Brick. Marcus Smart down a touchdown. 14-7 the Warriors are down. Smart gets the pick on Looney. Takes Looney. Not the best take. He missed it, but, one-on-one Looney. That's, try and do that. Klay drives, thwarted by Derek White, but goes right back to Steph. Looney fakes a handoff and kicks it to Wiggins. Wiggins charges into Jaylen Brown. Everything falling apart in the first quarter. But at this point, we hadn't figured them out yet. That's a charge, yep. Wiggins missed the lamp anyways with the contact. All right, so dead ball. Here it is. JT brings it up on Wiggs. Slow-moving offense, as is 95% of the NBA. Tatum tries to turn the corner on Wiggs and gets knocked out of bounds. Pretty good defense by whoever knocked it out. I think it was Klay. They will inbound to Jalen. Gary Payton checked in. Payton promptly slips and then fouls JB, and that's the thing with Gary, isn't it? We saw that all last season. The moment he comes in, you go, uh-oh, don't do it, Gary. The moment he comes in, he'll make a mistake. But then usually, don't know if he did it this game or not, but usually he makes up for it later on with some brilliant play. Steph having a discussion with Scott Foster. And the refs here looks like that's I forgot his name already. Man. Shame on me. I should know that guy. And then who's the third ref? Let's see. Zach Zarba again? No way. Steph for 3. No, that looks like Guthrie. David Guthrie, but I'm not sure. And Smart threw the ball behind Tatum. Good job by Gary to dive and get the ball. Klay brings it up over to Wiggins. Should have set a pick for Wiggs, but he didn't need it. He turned the corner on Jalen. Dunk. Emphatic dunk, in fact. I mean, that's like poor man's Jaylen Brown right there, Wiggs. Wow. Yo, that's impressive. Can we see more of that? Is that 6:37 mark or so? All right, Jalen will take Draymond, and he got him. Pretty good defense by Draymond. What are you going to do? Over to Gary on Horford. Back to Dray. Gary sets a pick for Steph. 3 ball, no good. Derek White came over, closed out, hit his left hand, but sort of a high five thing. Not a foul. But Steph always has the ability to make it look like it's a foul. Tatum goes by Steph, and Steph got faked out by Smart and fouled him. Just couldn't resist. Gary goes over to talk to Steph. So things definitely not going the Warriors' way. There's a timeout, but luckily we don't have to go through the timeouts in these rewatches. So Marcus Smart at the line. Otto Porter is checked in. Let's see if we do better with Otto and Gary in there. Looney went out. Klay went out. Missed free throw, Marcus. 18-9, Boston. And Marcus missed both free throws. Wiggins hustles for the rebound. And it'll be Wiggins initiating on Grant Williams. Steph comes over. Draymond pick. Over to Wiggins. Jab step, bye-bye Marcus. Layup no good. Blew the layup. Brown, but it's 2-on-3, 3-on-3. Horford's there, though. Good switch by Steph, but Horford too strong inside post versus Otto. 20-9 at this point. Otto brings it up. Wiggs left side. Draymond post. Throw into a cutting Otto was not a good pass. I don't think Otto was really that open. But Draymond this time blocks Jalen and talks to Jalen, and Gary gets in front of Draymond. I wonder if maybe before that JB had said something, or never know who starts it. Probably Draymond started it. And okay. Jalen wanted a foul, and Draymond's like, that was clean. So that's why. And Gary made sure that ended. And Jalen takes Draymond left-handed on that one. Draymond in his podcast recently said that the strategy was to make all the Celtics go left, but they're going left successfully in this one. Horford just blocked Otto's 3 in the corner. So now it's Jalen and Wiggs one-on-one. Everybody standing around, watch. Wiggs blocked it. Jalen got it back, got it to White. White against Steph with 2 fouls. Steph didn't want to put any physicality there, and White scored because Derek White scores, man. Steph dancing outside against Derek, faked him out, turns the corner, but Grant Williams there, but he makes it. Scoop shot, the start of many a scoop shot that Steph will make in the next couple games, I shall say. In a zone now, GP2 on the 3-2 zone up top. Marcus now. They go to Horford inside, kick it to Derek, back to Horford. What a pass. Derek White, man. Horford dunks on that one, and his dad celebrates with a flex. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you go zone and they know exactly what to do. 26-11. It just wasn't a good start at all. Steph over to Otto. And he shovels it to Gary, nearly stolen. And Gary shovels it to Loon for a dunk. Went back to Loon. I'm sure we got out of the zone, which we did. Immediately got out of the zone. Interesting. Derek White 3, no good. Gary rebound. JP with the nice move, pull up 2 ball, no good. And Smart gets by Poole, almost an and one. Poole could not recover, couldn't stop his body, and ended up making contact with Marcus. So he will go to the line, and it's yet another foul on us. I'm sure on that night I was lamenting the point of attack or lack thereof, which was often the case when Poole went in the game. That was his Achilles heel, really. All right, Steph's going to bring it up. At this point, we're down 28-13, 15-point deficit. Steph pulls up for 2 on the high pick and roll, which is that is the thing they'll give up to Steph, and he took advantage of it, made it over Robert. Gary gets beat back door. So they switched up the play. Normally it's going to be a handoff, probably Marcus to Jalen, and Jalen went the other way and got a dunk baseline on the feed by Marcus. Poole back to Gary. Oh, I missed Gary, and he missed a dunk. Can you believe that? Otto Porter has stepped on the line. He wasn't even in bounds when he caught it. And that was one of those silly turnovers. You look back and you go, how can we stepping on the sideline in the finals? Can't do that. So it's 30-15. We keep getting doubled up. And JT against Poole. Steph's still in there. There's a pick and roll, or a pick by Derek, no roll. And it's a bad pass by Tatum to Grant. Fast break. Peyton does not convert. It's a foul by Derek, and that's where Hubie Brown, as he did a couple weeks ago, last month, when the Mavericks were struggling against OKC, you get the ball at the rim, you've got to convert. You have to. Like, even with the foul, you got to get the and one. Gary didn't on that one, but 30-15. We know what happens. JB hasn't had no left hand, but he did have a left on the previous play that he scored on Draymond. Let's face it, all of the Celtics improved, but they had to go through a year of shame, and that shame being you went down 3-0 to the Heat. Granted, you fought back 3-3, but you can't go down 3-0 to the Heat. You just can't do that. And they've learned their lesson to really take every game seriously. Jaylen Brown for 3, missed it. Sort of wide open. JP brings it up. Klay doesn't get open on that curl. Pick and roll, Looney. Looney missed it. Derek White blocked, got his own rebound. Looney back to Klay for 3, splash. 30-20 suddenly doesn't seem as bad. James Wiseman. Was that Wiseman? No, it wasn't. That was 2020. No, he got traded to I wonder who that was in the street clothes on the bench next to Damian Lee. Anybody know? Jaylen Brown hits a three. Man, Jaylen Brown, they just don't really care what happened last time down. Shot a bad three. Nah, I'm like Steph Curry. Gary, on a nice feed by Jordan Poole, Gary got blocked by Time Lord. You can see Time Lord's already. He's not running at 100%. But anyways, Jalen's going to dance on Gary, and they find Grant Williams for three. And oh my gosh, I hate to do this, but I need to go back and check if Klay forgot to rebound. I really do. 30 seconds left. Let me see. I'm going to check and see if Klay forgot the rebound. Yep, and fell asleep. I guess he did it in the finals as well, but we saw that far too many times in the regular season. My whole theory, by the way, as they missed, and Jordan Poole brings it up with 18 seconds. My whole theory is that we gotta win regular season games. I'm not worried about playoffs. Like, who cares? Anyways, Klay will set a pick on JP, gets the switch back to Klay. 7 seconds, turns the corner on White. Even made the layup, except doesn't count. Whistle. Good foul though by White. How many fouls did White get? 2. Second in the last 2. So Klay gets to go to the line, and he'll make both, obviously. So it was a bit of a nightmare to start, but managed to end the quarter with a couple free throws, which is good. I think 6.3 to go. Who knows? Actually, everybody knows except me. All you got to do is look here to see if they scored. 33. Nope, they didn't score with 6 seconds left. Cheating there. I guess we had a lot of blank space here. This is the first quarter only. Overall, I'm going to say it was the defense. Pritchard comes in, saw him last night, hit from half court, and he does a one-legged three-pointer that goes off rim, but golly, had a chance to go in. So that's the end of the first, 33-22. As you can see right here. It's not going to be that bad for the next 2 quarters. Look at that. So here we go, second quarter. Poole, Steph. Over to Belly. Belly, who had a good second game, swatted by Rob Williams. Pritchard brings it up on Wiggins. Try to go to Tatum. Draymond is there for good defense. Handoff Tatum. Gets the switch. Grant and Draymond again get entangled as we saw last game. And Dray's going to have a word with the ref. Grant Williams is holding him. Wow, man. The ref couldn't see it, though, because he was behind him. That's sneaky. That's smart by Grant Williams, but I hate it when refs get bamboozled like that. Actually, I don't have any hate, so I am perturbed when those things happen. Anyways, Celtics ball, side out or baseline? Baseline inbound. They'll run a play, get it to JT. Kick it to Derek, attack Draymond, nearly threw it out away. Grant Williams got the ball and jump hook good. And it's 37-22, 10:44, 10:43, 10:42, second quarter. Jordan Poole in the paint, shiftiness, couldn't find anything. I think overall good show by Rob Williams. Klay attacks, goes to Belly. Belly doesn't fire. finds Klay again, who does a flyby splash over Jason Tatum. And that's the thing with Klay. I have no qualms with Klay, you know, as a starter in the finals, in the playoffs. Rob gets around Draymond. Oh, man, that's bad defense. Let's take a look at that one more time. Okay. Rob Williams with the dunk here. Yep. It's Jordan Poole's inability to provide any resistance on the cut on the cut by Rob Williams. It's just non-existent. I mean, if that's Chris Paul, he probably takes a charge, you know, but that's what you don't get with Poole. Wiggins misses a three. Grant Williams with the bad screen. And then, of course, they collide. There's Guthrie again. He sucks, the ref. Anyways, they just separate him. I mean, if I'm a ref, I'd be laughing all the time, man. It's just hilarious. Grant Williams went straight body to body to Draymond. They should have had a tech on him. Klay attacks and shoots a jumper good. Got one lone Warriors fan with the Draymond jersey. Or Mitch Richmond jersey. Don't know. Pritchard for three on the attack and kick by Jason. That's what he does. Doing a lot of it against the Mavs. Klay one-on-one Derek. Maybe pass the ball and gets tied up by Pritchard. That's not smart. Our ball, but geez, get rid of it. Klay, you're really going to take Derek White off the dribble? Move without the ball. Do that. Inbound to Draymond from the baseline. Mid-post belly. They find Klay on the cut, and it's a foul. And the entirety of Boston doesn't agree with that. I'm having some streaming problems right here. There we go. It's a little bit better. Oh, I can see why Rob Williams is mad at that, because Klay did the off-arm thing, but he was just protecting himself. And also, you can tell Rob Williams isn't 100%. Like, it's making me cringe just to watch him land on the knee. Let me try and find out who's next to Damian. Yeah, it is Wiseman. I forgot. Wiseman wasn't traded until 2023, right? Yep, because after this, Gary gets a free agent contract with Portland, and then we trade for him. So, yeah, that is Wiseman. I'm not the encyclopedia like Dean. All right, they kick it over to Pritchard. Good job by Draymond. He's one of one, where he's a four that can crouch down and tip the ball away. But Derek gets a drive. I wasn't paying attention to who that was. Let me see that one more time. And whoever's watching the stream is probably very bothered by this. Well, the thing is that Wiggs is guarding Tatum. They get switched up. So now it's Klay on Wiggs. And it's Jordan Poole's a little late. So that's kind of your consistent weak link on defense. Anyways, it's 44-29 with 8:44, 8:43, 8:42. And I'll answer your question at halftime. Wiggins attacks. That should be a foul on Tatum. Late call by Guthrie. Again, a team is down 15, and you're going to late call that. When it's 50-50, give it to the team that's getting blown out. Don't understand that. Tatum can't believe it. but he put his hand right on Wiggins' ribs, and JVG says that's an obvious foul on the replay. Of course, it's easier to watch in slow motion, but good call. Now they're talking about the replay of the last score by Boston. Jordan Poole, picking on Jordan Poole on the help defense, but that is the problem. We got to get more athletic. Or how about just don't lose Derek White off the dribble? How's that, Wiggs? I know it's hard getting through a pick. They run a couple inside picks for Jalen, and actually Pritchard forgot to play, so Smart had to be there to tell him what to do. And Robert Williams ends up with a broken play putback. Sheesh. Over Draymond. Pick and roll Steph Wiggs. Behind the back to Wiggins. What a pass. And it's another late call. Scott Foster made the call, but Wiggins got fouled. Well, since we're waiting for free throws, do I see Draymond winning DPOY? Nope. No more DPOYs. Media hates him. After even more media hates him, and they vote, right? After the TNT throwing of Gobert under the bus. Yep. All right. Smart takes Curry and weirdly throws the ball away. Wiggins 94-foot dunk. All right. They work it around to Tatum for three. Hits that one. That's what makes him a superstar. Steph with the lefty, no good. And Pritchard throws it away to Tatum. Somewhat miscommunication, which both Tatum and Pritchard are upset with themselves about. 15-point lead, though, still. And Looney with the bad screen yet again. He knows it. Didn't even, not one peep of objection. Why move? It just doesn't make sense. Don't do this when you set a pick. Like, I learned that when I was 16 years old. It drives me nuts how NBA players do that. Were you not taught that? Marcus Smart got free on the back door. Let's see who was that. Steph's fault. Man, the defense is atrocious in game 3. Atrocious. I'm trying to queue up the replay. I want to see what happened here. Yeah, it's Steph got fooled. Steph was anticipating the play that they were running, and Smart, for the second time tonight, made a backdoor on one of us. First time it was, Wiggins, or I forgot who it was, but Poole answers with a nifty move and a layup. Tatum for 3, splashes it. That's not a good shot, but it's one of those. I think I figured it out. I mean, I think JT and JB think they're the Splash Brothers, but they're not. Poole hits a 3 in return. So good job by Poole to keep this thing close just with offensive talent. Now JT gets the switch onto Steph, takes him and just bullies him. but nobody helped. But that's the thing, is we got to figure out a way not to get that switch in the first place. Klay from Poole goes into the lane to Looney, back to Klay, but Steph was also wanting the handoff, so Looney ends up throwing it away, and they go upstairs, razzle-dazzle, alley-oop, no good, Horford, no good. Looney foul on Horford. Good job by Looney when we were just about to be embarrassed in front of the national audience. There is a timeout. TD guard in effect. I guess so. Yeah, Time Lord's presence in the paint. All right, so we had timeout, coming back from the timeout. Free throws for Horford. And a free throw brick by Horford. Of course, Klay got the rebound and feigned a shot as a pass to the referee for the second free throw. Klay. He goes to sleep like this. Horford missed both. Klay got a rebound. So it's Poole, Steph at the 2 guard, Klay, Wiggins, Draymond. Over to Klay. I mean, really, what we can really learn about those Warriors and our Warriors right now, Klay for 3, popped out, assassin style. And what we can learn is really watching games 4, 5, and 6 in terms of like, what are we missing? And I think it's the defense, if I had to guess, especially with Otto Porter moving to the starting role. Wiggins with the dunk, and there's your letdown Celtics style. Up 14 now, up 12. The Celtics are, as Wiggins got a dunk uncontested. Smart's going to throw the ball right to Wiggins. Thanks. Steph shoots a 3. Splash. Suddenly, it's a 9-point game. Timeout Udoka, and really just mindless basketball offensively by the Celtics. They tend to do that. They'll give you back 6 or 8 points. All right, Smart against Poole. There is oh wait, I can't see the scoreboard. Steph with the blitz on Jalen. I like that. But Wiggins ended up flooring Derek White on the screen. Not sure if I agree with that, but I'd have to see a replay. Well, an assistant coach shook his head. Oh, he called it on Steph. Oh, my God. They called that on Steph, I think, for holding White. It was like for a millisecond, and it's the freaking finals. Come on, Guthrie. Was it Foster or Guthrie? Good Lord. That is just awful. I think the other ref is Courtney Kirkland, by the way. Horford for 3. Good closeout. Draymond, but offensive rebound. Jaylen Brown, and I wonder, I'm going to replay this real quick because I want to see how they got the offensive rebound. Marcus Smart. Oops, I screwed that up big time. If you're watching this, I don't know what I did. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, man. Let me watch the long rebound one more time. I just want to see where our breakdown is. Draymond, good closeout. Well, it's Poole lunging out, and Steph isn't more athletic than Jaylen Brown, so there's no need to lunge out on Marcus Smart. But I guess that was pretty good. But I mean, pretty good defense. Out of bounds, Jason Tatum on the offensive rebound, and he complains. I think we just got to get younger to win regular season games and get rid of those offensive rebounds by the other squad. Steph on Tatum, jab step, got him. Oh wow! How do you turn the corner on a 6'9" guy? That's incredible. Of course, it'll only get more and more incredible as we go. Derek White and one. Dean Chambers is here.
What's up, Rich?
I guess there's Looney news. What Looney news? Looney was talking about stuff with Draymond, and people thought that was a good buy or what? What happened? I don't understand that one. I saw Tim Kawakami answer a tweet on that, and it was just like people were going, "Hey Tim, didn't you mention the possibility of waiving Looney?" Which I've mentioned as well. I've mentioned that more than a month ago. How do I know this? Because I wanted to do a video on it, and yet I haven't had time for like a month and a half. My bad. But nobody on Twitter would have saw the video anyways. So my audience is on Twitter.
I was looking for any new
thing. All of that Looney garbage carnage was still going to happen. Turns out it's a shot clock violation, which was because Klay couldn't even hit rim, and he's mad at himself for that one. But
yeah, I was looking for any new information on Looney, and
what news? It's not news. It's technically not NEWS, right?
No, there's just the idea that Warriors could cut him, which I'm absolutely against. His contract runs out. If you want to get rid of him, it's got to be a trade or something like that. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
You don't just waive Kevon Looney, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? For $5 million, I'm against that.
Another turnover. I want to rewind that to see how that happened. Oh, it was a Draymond bad pass. We've seen that a few times.
Again, not using the bounce pass on that one, where you can throw it ahead to where you want the player to go. Tried to throw it right to Wiggins' hands. And obviously that didn't work. Hey, no timeouts, no commercials.
Yeah.
What's up, Shivansh? Yeah, it's Toby's saying Loon is getting cut. That there's just that report. There's an idea of it. It's not a report.
Not a report. It's
it's just the idea of maybe that could happen, and then it's suddenly news. And does this happen to other franchises? I don't know.
Does it happen on other apps, not named Xitter?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that mentality is other places too, but it's I think particularly bad on Jaylen Brown history there.
Let me look one more time at that defensive sequence.
I think we just didn't rotate. Probably overhelped.
Oh, it's a broken play. Good hustle by Brown.
Defense is kind of back. Yeah, see it? Otto had to guard two guys there, and he just wasn't fast enough on that bad foot to close out twice.
But it was a broken play.
But it can't blame him for that one.
It wasn't even his fault.
No,
I would have blamed Draymond, actually. You saw Otto, I saw Draymond.
Draymond dove for a loose ball and didn't come up with it. So,
anyways,
can't be too mad at that either.
Nitpicking. I don't agree that was Otto in the play at all, but it's.
I was saying you can't blame him for not being able to close out the two guys.
Pick everything.
And he'll make up for it.
Draymond led the break. Found Otto for 3. Down 10, believe it or not. Still a game. In fact, as I mentioned before, it only gets bad in the fourth.
I don't really remember this game other than Steph getting hurt too much, if I'm being completely honest.
Marcus takes Otto. Point of attack. Steph 2-ball.
Kobe.
Up on a dime against Derek White. But I don't think that's Kobe would just jump. Steph stops on a dime behind his back, that's different. But
yeah,
same result.
Jerry West. Maybe.
Same distance.
Yeah.
So Smart gets past the point of attack again. That's just.
See hit. No.
I wonder if it just our point of attack improves suddenly. And Klay is like shooting blanks, although it's 3 for 5. I guess two bricks in a row makes me think he was shooting blanks. He really wasn't.
Well, I like that we had enough spacing to prevent Steph from being just double and triple teamed at half court too. I think that's something we were lacking.
Say that one more time.
Seasons. He was able to bring Steph was able to bring the ball up without getting double and triple teamed near half court because of the type of spacing and stuff like that we had on the court around him.
Yeah, there you go. Jalen with the crazy shot, but it was running out of clock, and that's the end of the quarter, end of the half. Sorry, 12-point deficit. So the first half looked like this. Wow. It's pretty robust, except 11 assists on 20 field goals. Seems lower than usual. 22 by Jalen. 5 assists for Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a stat today. I think Tatum had like 20-something drives to the hoop last night. It was like, wow. But yeah, it was happening in real time when we remarked as such. So the more he drives, the better. And it did show a graph of him increasing the drives every round.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to need him to keep doing that to win. And obviously that's, something that I was, I think, saying last night.
Wonder if we're in a zone. We'll see next time down.
Yeah. That did seem like a weird.
But Robert Williams ended up with a near dunk because they worked the ball around. Klay was what? Looked like Klay wasn't seeing Marcus Smart switch on him there. Anyways, Wiggins late shot clock. He's got to go one-on-one. Crazy shot over Marcus Brick.
That was a fadeaway while jumping forward, which is amazing. It just didn't go in.
All right, Tatum Wiggs. Good
nice
job
switch there with the pre-switch. Mm-hmm.
Tatum blows the layup. Draymond brings it up.
Yeah, 5 and 4.
Finds Looney.
Loon. Yes, sir.
On the gravity to Steph on the other side.
Mm-hmm. And Loon just filling the lane perfectly on the fast break.
Over to Jalen for 3. Bricked it. Steph, touchdown pass, Draymond. Precision pass.
Was that blocked?
Yeah. Might have been blocked, but you got to convert those.
Yeah.
Horford, easy bucket against Steph inside. Draymond's like, damn it. He knew it was his fault.
Yeah, it was a 4-point swing there, unfortunately.
Klay thinks about shooting it, but down 14, he knew better. Steph over Horford hits that one. How many people can do that in the NBA? Like, fake and know that the 6'10 guy is still behind you. Man, still hit it.
And just the speed, too, that it got that off.
11-point deficit. JT got the switch you wanted. Looney takes him right hand, finds a bunch of people helping him. Over to Smart, tries to bully Steph, and Robert fouls Wiggins.
Yeah, he pushed Wiggins.
Good job, Wiggs.
Yep, definitely.
It'll be interesting what happens with Wiggs.
I'm thinking if we keep him, and it's hard to just get rid of a athletic wing like that,
Oh yeah.
But I would just take him off the bench, honestly.
Steph for 3, another one, splash. Keeps him in the game, 8-point deficit. Udoka pissed off because you gotta always go out on Steph.
No coach gets angrier than when Steph gets open for 3. Oh, that's a charge, man. Yes, sir.
Kirkland finally calls it.
Two-way Curry.
Yeah. Well, no, the whole Wiggins thing, and I want to do a video on this as well, is just that I just look at the roster and I go, there has to be a change because I know NBA GMs never run it back for the most part.
Oh, man.
Had Steph made that layup, they come right back after the replay. Steph misses a layup at the other end. Man, had he made that, it would have been 6.
I can't believe that it's the editors that make that choice and not the cameraman. I don't think the cameraman would do that. Just give him a button like, let me override what you're showing.
Yeah, there you go. That's
insane.
That's a good argument. Steph has to ask Marcus Smart, did I foul you on that one? And if Steph has to ask him that.
Oh, yeah, he did. He
reached in. The thing is that Marcus did the trick that all the Celtics have, which is you're going to reach in. I'm going to grab your arm.
Yeah, do the little elbow clamp thing.
That's not a finals foul. It's just not.
I'm fine with that if they would call it as consistently as it happens to Steph, though.
All right, I'm gonna switch. He shouldn't have reached in. Really shouldn't have done that. It's a bad foul.
Yeah, well, Curry's always been a
fourth even.
Yeah, 4th foul in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, Curry has always been
frustrating,
willing to take a risk on poking the ball away, though.
Maybe he was upset or trying to make up for the missed layup.
Yeah, that could be it too. Just let me stop this play.
We got to have a Dean. What up here?
Oh, yeah. What?
Dean, what up?
Oh,
man. I look up and wait, what happened there? Did you see it?
No.
Well, we didn't see it, so let's take a relook at the horrendous defense or offense, maybe. Oh, looks like one of us lost the ball. Oh, okay. Draymond said my bad, and then everybody
touchdown from Horford to Jaylen Brown.
Oh boy, that's where Steve calls timeout, and he really holds his breath on that.
Oh, also having a great outlet passer like that is very important because of the offensive opportunities it gives you after rebounds. Obviously, Draymond and Steph are both incredible at that type of stuff, but it's Draymond misses a 3 there.
Late shot clock, didn't really have much in terms of the Splash Brothers. So here's Otto Porter. We're still going to
Steph, Klay, Wiggs, Porter, Draymond. Curry knocks it away and points Otto where to throw the ball.
Maybe we saw something with this lineup right here that'll end up +8 this quarter.
We're +8. Well, it's the 3rd quarter, and we were great in 3rd quarters.
Klay
really throughout the dynasty.
There we go. Some Klay gravity there, as he was able to go back door, get the catch from Steph, and then deliver to Draymond. Tatum, and then White swatted by Wiggs.
Was there a foul?
No.
Just out of bounds. Wiggins is
it wasn't even really gravity. It was just honestly kind of bad defense by Derek White.
Wiggins is 27 there.
Which isn't the usual case. That's a regular season technical. So Draymond and Jalen, Dray knocked it out, and then there was a scrum for the ball, and then they called a foul on Draymond. Did they give him a tech?
It froze a little, so I didn't see what happened.
Oh, Draymond fouled him, actually. And then it's a scrum.
Yeah.
So they just called a normal foul. Okay, normal foul.
Cool.
Tatum gets 2 screens. He's on Steph. Right hand again. Draymond's there. That's just
no way.
He's always
DPOY. Oh, he made it.
And Horford bucket over Steph. Steve probably called timeout at that point in time, which means
who knows? The game could still be going. They're just not
30 to go, down 13. I'm going to do a quick little screenshot. There we go. All right, Wiggins right side, Horford. They leave him as they get confused with Klay over there. No good. Otto Porter rebound. Finds
one-handed. Klay. Come on now.
They splash.
Gotta hit those off of the offensive rebounds, man.
Otto.
Automatic.
Man.
Retired now, man. Warriors legend, Otto Porter Jr.
Marcus on Wiggs. Back to JT. Otto's there. Klay reaches in, but they call a foul. Kirkland and again called it on him.
I like how much Klay looks like a 90s basketball player. That headband and the armband and no arm sleeves or leg sleeves or anything like that, you know, and the high top shoes. Love it. Yeah.
Tatum for 3. No good. 4 Warriors underneath to rebound that one.
Yeah, Celtics.
More a dig out.
Hello.
Tatum. Steph again.
Can't leave Curry that open from there. Come on, man.
Dude in the Boston hat shaking his head. I love that.
Yeah.
And Marcus against Klay, waiting for Jalen to set a pick, which he does. Horford over to Tatum. Wiggins can't get around Smart, and it's a 3-ball. 11-point deficit. Steph over to Klay. Good curl. Wanted to dunk it, but it's a foul on Horford. And yeah, Klay's always there to do the off-arm fend you away, but that was a lot of contact.
Yeah. Didn't like watching that replay. You know,
I know, right?
I'm not. We don't need to say anything more. Just goodness.
So they didn't challenge it.
I think this
is in the circle though. So I mean, I just think that's pretty much a foul every time down. If there's contact, I guess they can make an argument.
Yeah.
He forearmed Horford, but
yeah, I think
Shivansh says Klay with the baggy shorts as well. 90s player. Over to White, Tatum did, and White takes and blows a layup. Look at Steph. This is a good angle to see how much Steph moves around.
Oh,
and then he managed to set a pick for Wiggs, but Wiggs is going to charge. Yeah. Not only is Steph running around to get open, but he's also thinking of, oh, let me sort of set a pick for Wiggs here.
Yeah, it's
Derek White is so good, man.
He is, man. But it's amazing, you know, that basically hardly any other NBA players can play like that. I don't think it's just that they don't. I think it's that they can't. It's too tiring to be the guy always getting. Oh, that's gotcha. Way too open. It's too tiring getting open on offense and then being constantly, you know, targeted on defense for other players who aren't.
Steph 3
and 1 for 3.
That's the stuff we miss. Picks supplied by Draymond. Only down 6 at this point. Just craziness. Man.
Gotta say, I'm okay with Steph taking longer threes again. He hasn't taken a lot of 30-footers and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tack. That's a landing foul.
Flagrant on Horford.
Yeah.
Did they end up calling it that, though?
They did. I remember that.
Good. Jeez, that is super dangerous.
Yeah.
That's why you have the rule.
If he moved his leg forward a little bit, that really probably could have hurt Steph. And he's going to get hurt later, by the way, on that same ankle. So. Later this game, I mean.
You think that you mentioned, I wouldn't mind if Steph started shooting those bombs again, and maybe there was just too much on the plate this year to think of that one. That's why it'd be nice to have Let's Go Warriors chime in on an official Steve Kerr coaching staff call once every 2 months or something like that. Because
they have the tape. They have the tape, and they know where to find us whenever they want, man.
Sometimes you need a little creative suggestion that would never throw you under the bus type of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, the start Iguodala, that came from not a high-ranking. I forget who that was. It was a video guy or something like that, right?
Oh yeah, Nick Uren. By the way,
Uren, right? Okay.
As we're watching this replay for the 8th time, super athletic play by Steph to release his weight after he felt his foot land on Horford. That saved the sprain, I feel like, just
it definitely did. And learning how to fall like a vaudeville, comedian is actually probably pretty important in
my dad used to say, ideally you'd learn how to fall. Judo.
Martial arts too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I never ended up taking judo, unfortunately. But
it's an important skill in basketball, though, just because of all the contact, and it's not grass, it's a hardwood floor,
Also, Michael Jordan was very good at that. Like, so, ballet like that, he could avoid his own injuries.
And he didn't fall too much anyway, even all the contact that he took.
Otto's got to rescue the day, and he died.
Splash.
After, broken plays. Wiggins had to dribble around a few times with the shot.
He really was automatic in this series, man.
We're down 2. Wow.
Third quarter Warriors, man.
Dang. So now we got to figure out how we collapsed in the 4th. 4:30 to go in this quarter. Smart tries to take him. Oh, yeah. It's off of Grant on the loose ball.
Steph almost knocked that into the hoop, though. He almost tipped it in on his own hoop.
Good help by Wiggs and good team defense. Otto was in there.
Yep, definitely.
And I wonder if they just go, man, this team, Otto looks really good. We should start him next game. Here we go. Otto supplies.
It must have been, man.
Yep. Oh,
nope.
That we would have taken the lead. Are you kidding me? In and out on the Steph 3. Golly, miss watching Steph play.
Oh man. Hey, I'm so glad that if we had to miss the playoffs, at least we got the Olympics this year.
Yeah. Horford. Look at Otto. Otto's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He is boxing out Al Horford.
And again, he sacrificed his foot and basically the rest of his career for this ring here. I really don't think he was the same after this playoff run. He hardly played, and then he retired. So.
We need to find the inside scoop on that, man. How about this? I'm gonna do everything in my power to get Otto Porter on a live.
Oh, no. Yes, sir.
Remind me, September. I've got some free time. Late August, September.
Well, any kind of Otto Porter stuff.
Steph for 3. Otto gives him the nod. Oh man, I miss Otto.
We
so
have
much.
a 1-point lead, man.
We're up by 1. We should not be doing that. Just so enjoyable to see Steph. You know, I did not know this game 3 was actually pretty damn entertaining. Horford and Draymond had the steal. Oh, they called a foul on Porter for that one. You know what? Did you see him grimace?
Mm-hmm.
Otto Porter.
Oh yeah.
There, so I think you're right. I think he sacrificed his foot for this.
Yeah. Well, he's about to start a bunch of these games after this too, so that was even more
taxing.
Taxing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
On that foot. I mean, he's already grimacing at this point. 318 mark, right?
Yep.
Smart 3-ball over Poole. And that's another thing I think when you see Poole in front of you, you're not worried at all. A lot of it's mental. At least half of it's mental. Steph missed the 2-pointer.
Yeah, he pulled the release a little late, I think, on that one.
Tatum fouled on the ground. But no, Kirkland's going to give him 2. Dang.
They're both in the bonus.
On Draymond. Look at Steve. Oh, they're in bonus anyways. Okay.
Yeah, both teams are. Yeah. Curry with the 15-point third quarter. Unbelievable. Obviously, that's like getting 60.
Wrong, man. It's totally believable.
No, I mean exceptional then. Yeah.
Shivansh with the predictions. No, I'm just kidding.
I would say.
Yeah, Curry's
choice. Yeah.
Oh, defense the British way, huh? Wait a minute. Toby. Where are you, Toby, again?
Yeah, spelled like fence. Defense.
Dean Chambers is poetic, per usual.
Hi, thank you.
Anyways. All right. Free throws. Now they're up by 4.
Jordan Poole handling the rock. Oh, turnover.
Nearly threw it away, but
sorry, not a turnover.
Good consideration. Looney even said good luck on the slip to the bucket. So now baseline inbound for Poole. Over to Klay. 3 guys converge. Bucket good. 2-pointer.
You shot that with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah. That's what he does, the sniper.
Oh, yeah.
2.
Got to get Klay back, in my opinion.
Just get away from us. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you. Tatum against Looney. Pretty good job by Looney, but eventually turned the corner on him. Well, you did a good job for about 5 seconds on the 6 and 7.
Well, you played him a little too close. You know, I don't think I would respect Tatum's jumper as much as some of these defenses do. Not that you can let him shoot wide open like.
Oh, Klay was the 3.
Too bad.
Gotta look.
Down 4.
Looney pick.
So obviously losing the Steph minutes here a little bit. Stephless minutes here, I mean.
Smart. Bad pass. Otto over to Poole. Poole missed the dunk. Foul. Oh, you can see Otto limping already.
Yeah, that left foot, man.
That sucks.
Poole go to the line here, I believe. Getting fouled on the oh, God. Going up with one hand. And the guy's coming to the right. Goodness. Come on, Jordan.
That's a clean block by Brunt. Oh, okay. Nah. Hey, we saw that last night.
He pulled his jersey down. He pulled his jersey down, too.
Yeah, that was
way too obvious
than last night.
Yeah.
Poole missed a dunk. The free throw leader that year. Was it that year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think, yeah. Because opening night. Yeah.
Was he? Oh, right. Yeah.
Opening night, he got that trophy.
Then someone else won it, and then Klay won it this year.
Yeah. Can't beat the Warriors in free throws for a few guys. Then the other guys, maybe not, but.
Couldn't get that one.
Yep.
And then they
Grant
fouled.
Williams going to the hoop, getting fouled.
Just a little bit away from it.
I think it's pretty obvious that the Celtics team this year is more talented. But I gotta say, man, Udoka as a coach was way more
Mazzulla is crazy, and I'm not saying that. That's Drew Holiday literally said that. He said Mazzulla's crazy, and this was in a previous series at the Team Hotel media availability somewhere on the NBA Up Close channel.
Well, all those players are basically his peers. You know, he's so young that it's only him and Bill Russell as a player coach that have been to the finals that young. You know, oh, nice.
Honestly, it was like when my coach,
Looney.
Hi guys. Anyways, Poole for 3, in and out twice.
I do think Udoka was a more vicious kind of what do you call him? Disciplinarian or something like that, though.
Grant Williams for 3.
No, he's wide open in the corner, you know.
Hold on. I got to go back. How did we screw that one up?
The offensive rebound, was it?
Okay, Poole missed, and then they're on the run. Wiggins is jogging back. I don't know if he's tired, but and then
everybody just converged.
I went to the wrong place.
Even though he wasn't looking at the hoop.
Yeah, there was a definite miscommunication.
Hey, he gets the 2 for 1.
Kind of a bad shot, but yeah, that's what he does. Made 7 becomes 4. It was a 2 for 1 though, so you're absolved. You get to do that 2 for 1.
What was that? What call was that?
Oh, kickball.
Oh, kick. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Beautiful.
You see that? Marcus Smart was like, Robert, you need to be here. Anyways, Tatum for 3, no good. But this is, we got to keep Klay somehow. But the other side of it is Klay's got to realize that we can't be spending so much that it hampers us to get more people as well.
Well, that's why you don't have free agency before the draft and before guys' contracts are guaranteed or not.
Kirk Lacob just said that he wished it was the other way around.
I know, but that doesn't really make sense, does it? I mean, I get that it's cool to be able to sign free agents and then draft people because it makes the draft easier.
Oh, okay.
But I do think that just seeing where the Warriors are at, you know, any kind of draft day trades, whether we keep CP3 or waive him or trade his contract somewhere or anything like that, you know. That'll determine.
Yeah. So I understand Klay knows that he can still have this kind of output. But my whole thesis is if you don't win regular season games, you don't even get to this. So you have to win regular season games. I'm not worried about playoffs. I know we're good in playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
To win regular season games, we need some younger guys, and they're doing it. They're already doing it. But you off the bench is going to be you off the bench. It just is. You go, 4 games in 6 nights, you're coming off the bench. You just are. We go to the playoffs, and it's 1 game, 2 days of rest, 1 game, 1 day of rest, 1 game. You can play that. I have no objection to that. Go ahead. I would start you. Sorry, Moody. I mean, but yeah, you got to play 82 games. You never know. But
I think it's just playing, more size at once and younger players all at once. And if there's growing pains, there's growing pains, But we can't have 1 young guy out there out of 4,
right?
Out of BP, Moody, JK, and TJD. We have to have 3 or 4 out of 1 vet, exactly. 2 vets, 3 vets, maybe,
Which is also, Wiggs off the bench isn't I like that.
Oh, he banked that in.
Marcus with the.
Well, wait, I mean, if Wiggs isn't going to perform to that level, and we're going to keep him, then.
Oh no! Horrible turnover by Steph. So
I'll see if Wiggins can. Oh, Draymond.
Oh, Draymond got back. Tatum could not convert. Wow.
Yeah.
Saved it for the time being.
JP on
good moves, JP. But look at Robert. Oh, beautiful move, JP.
Yeah, old Allen Iverson just turned right around and behind the basket and lay it up and in. I'm sure other guys did it too, but he was really good at those.
Oh, wow. 4-point swing.
Oh, look how small we are out here, though. I mean, really, we'll
somehow got back.
No one's taller than 6'7".
And the Celtics do Celtics things. Robert saves the day. So does Grant Williams. Of course, he's against Poole on that.
And then he go for the steal and almost flips Marcus Smart over him.
Yeah, nothing Gary can do there.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
That's just a beautiful move by Poole. Great footwork. Oh, they showed the wrong highlight on that one, I think.
Tatum for 2, hit that one.
Yep.
Oh, well. Tatum's going to hit those. It's going to be a long night. Wiggs pick. Another pick. Draymond. A physical pick. And he threw the ball right at Draymond's shin.
I think Draymond didn't catch that.
It's catchable.
Yeah.
But they missed it anyways, and Draymond got back for a rebound. And Steph, man, ouch.
You can't. Look, you can throw the ball that far down the court. You can't throw that ball that far and across the court at the same time.
And Grant Williams gets the offensive rebound.
Yep, 1 of 2, 91.
11-point lead. Steph, bye-bye.
11-point deficit.
11-point deficit. Yeah, my bad. That's not goaltending. Here it is. Steph turns the corner on Grant.
Oh, that's tough.
And that's goaltending, man. That's
I don't know.
A little bit after the apex, don't you think?
I don't know. One review of it, I don't know. That's where I'd like to see it from the behind the hoop cam.
Just call it and then look at it on the screen. But okay, it takes time. Wiggins
for 3.
That was amazing. Down 8 only. Did we not get stops? Hey, we had the Otto Porter lineup.
I think this was a close game, right? When Steph got hurt, which is only like a minute left to go.
Okay. Tatum with Wiggins on him. Look at Klay's help, but Tatum scores.
No, it was good help by Klay. It was just a great layup by Tatum.
Good help. Yep.
Who does look a lot younger only 2 years ago, man.
Who? Klay?
Tatum. Oh, Tatum. Still has his baby face, I guess.
Looks a lot. I don't know. Tatum looks the same to me.
Oh, does he?
But anyways, let's look at the help.
Yeah, Klay was 0.2 of a second late there. 1/5 of a second late. Yeah.
Well, I don't think he could do anything about it unless he's going to get there 0.2 early and jump.
Oh, Wardell. What a shot.
Away. Too bad it wasn't a 3, though.
Oh, was it 2?
Yeah.
Oh, well, a little toe on the line. Still a confidence booster.
See, that's the good defense. Wiggins getting back on Tatum.
Mm-hmm. And not allowing the switch on to Steph, too.
Brown missed it. Wiggins got a rebound.
Hustle. You see how the ball just ended up in his hands because of that hustle? There was something magnetic there that we had. That it's real hard to win championships without that.
How did we turn that over? Sheesh, that sucked. Q4.
I think it was another hit-ahead pass that went out of bounds.
That's Draymond's 5th.
Yeah, he'll foul out of the game. Getting Smart off Curry here.
Well, Brown sold it. Damn.
Yeah, kind of kicked Draymond too a little bit. Do we already use a challenge?
Oh man, that's barely.
That would have been one.
You're not going to win the challenge on that because rule book, that is a foul. It's just that, man, ball don't lie.
That's that's what Draymond's telling the ref right now.
Let's see. NBRA.net. I could probably
lane violation here, which prevented Brown from missing both.
Yep, Kirkland.
Which is only 1 point. That's frustrating that you're giving the team another point. And
I was on Dray.
I don't know. I think Foster told him, get out of here if you don't want to tech. Oh, yeah. Draymond kind of...
I think that was on Wiggins.
Well, Draymond started running before the ball was out of his hands.
No, I was watching Draymond the whole time. I mean, it's not worth nitpicking, but Wiggins got faked out as well.
Yeah.
Klay,
yeah, the whole team went early.
No good. Oh, come on. Go get the ball. A little glitchiness here.
Well, it's kind of an early three-pointer, too, being honest.
Well, it's Klay.
Yeah.
Down 9 would have been 6. That's what he's thinking the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Here's the rule.
Williams, wow.
Don't pass the ball to Klay if you don't want him to shoot it, like, right then. That's what he does.
I don't think he have a problem with that. That's what he does. It can break the back of certain teams.
No, it's not a problem with Klay. It's, hey, if you throw Klay the ball, he's going to shoot it.
Well, that's why. I mean, they threw it to him. That's fine.
Oh, what happened
there? Smart fouled Wiggins.
Oops.
I'm on the wrong box score. Smart had 2 fouls in this quarter.
Nice read by Klay, but that fouled.
Draymond up top over to Klay. That's a crazy 3. Bricked it. Why was he doing that one?
Because you threw him the ball. It's time to shoot now. They threw me the ball.
I don't know that you can't on that one. Well, maybe he wasn't. I mean, look. Well, let's take a look at that one. Is he covered enough? Maybe he was covered enough that you actually don't throw him the ball. No, actually. Oh, you know what it was? It was Jason Tatum. Good defense. I'm going to credit good defense.
A low shot clock, too.
What?
It was a little bit late in the shot clock as well.
Okay. Good defense by Tatum. Draymond could cut on that one and just make him think about that next time, but oh well. Tatum goes bye-bye on Steph off the dribble. 11 points still of the lead. It's weird how they fast forward some of these. How did they decide that? Maybe it was a timeout. Who knows? Steph one-on-one Brown knocks it away out of bounds. Jalen's mastered the little touch and go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always difficult to
it's a regular season
dribble against
foul, but not here.
Oh, which is only right. Oh,
Draymond, terrible pass, but got lucky. Jalen couldn't handle it. I guess there was a timeout. Maybe Udoka took a timeout. Steph, crazy 3, no good. How much was on the shot clock there?
4.4, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. Although that could have been before the Draymond inbound, so it might have been even a little less time.
JT wants to take Otto. Steph doubles. And Smart will hit that. I remember that distinctly.
Yeah, that was a backbreaker right there. Not that we can complain. Did that to plenty of teams ourselves.
Steph. Gotta call that one.
Ouch.
I know, right?
Good thing he's in his head, man. You know?
Yep, Steph didn't need to do that. I'm sure he saw in the film. Draymond was there for the help.
On that Marcus Smart 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Klay,
another low pass there.
1-on-1 on Jalen. What a pass by Poole, and then what a block by Jalen.
Nice give and go. 4.8 on the clock.
Baseline impound.
Beautiful play from Steph and Poole.
Down 12.
High school play right there.
All right, Jalen on Poole. Got the help. Kick it to Tatum. 1-on-1 Klay. Fade away. Short. Good defense, Klay.
Oh, Steph didn't go forward for the board. Oh, and there he's hurt right there.
Golly.
And Draymond fouled out, getting Smart off of him.
Yeah. Basically doing the enforcer duty.
There will be no technicals, I believe, on the Celtics for that play.
Draymond is super pissed at Cortland.
And that's where it looked like our season was over, right here.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to see that, man. But Steph Curry's a Warrior way before he got drafted by Golden State, you know, and he's going to play through it. Oh, it's Horford. I'm sorry. Again, that's the ankle that Smart had injured back in March that caused Steph to miss the rest of the regular season.
Glad they cut out right when it got twisted at the end of that.
Terrible.
You got a 6'10" guy. What is he?
Oh, he's like 250 at least.
250, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Right on an ankle going the wrong way.
Andre in for Draymond. Yeah, Steph looks okay, though. Horford gets free, and then
6'9", 240 is what he's up.
So alley-oop, Horford to Rob. Steph down to Andre. Probably missed. Yep. Wiggins misses a corner 3. Just ran out of time. Oh, Wiggins did pick Tatum there. Okay.
Well, huh?
So
what's that? No, Wiggins scored. Wiggins dunked it.
Before that, Wiggins tapped the ball away from JT.
Oh, nice. Who threw the pass? Was it Klay that threw the pass?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Down 8, down 12. They only scored 11 points. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a lot of contact, man.
Well, Steph is not moving quite right here, I think. So I had to get rid of that one.
So, yeah, it's Mark Jackson saying Steph's not 100%. So at this point, it's pretty much over. 2:30 to go, down 12. I think they're going to score here and then timeout and then bring in the mop-up crew. But what would you say was the difference?
So you look at that.
So, yeah, Steph is hurting. Yeah. What happened to us that created the 10-point lead that we couldn't do anything about?
Well, I think the Celtics probably had the momentum outside of that third quarter and trying to beat this team twice.
Yeah, it was the beginning. It was the beginning of the fourth. I think we threw the ball away 3 times.
And yeah, it was just they were just too good to try and beat them twice in one game, really. That means really 3 times, right? Start off even, go down, come back, go down, come back, and then come back again, or what, however you want to phrase that. It was just they're just a really good team playing at home too. Coming off a loss in game 2, bad loss in game 2. So again, it's hard to match that hunger if it's not real.
All right.
And as it's saying here, Brown, Tatum, and Smart.
Nikki wants to talk about free agent, or she wants free agency to happen, and I'm just kidding. I'm like,
hey, just committed.
I think we can get somebody at 52. Anyways, I'm going to use the restroom as the time will expire here. 2 minutes. I'll probably be back by then.
Fast forward to free agency. No, because free agency that comes after the draft, and we want to cover what the Warriors' plans are in draft time. I do think that there's an exception, by the way, that allows you to. So it used to be that part of the mid-level exception, which allows you to pay guys more than the minimum, right? Even if you don't have, even if you spent all your cap money, that used to come out of the mid-level. To pay second-round picks used to come out of the mid-level exception. But I think, so we got Moody, JTA, Kamiga, D. Lee, and Jordan Poole out there right now. I believe that's Aaron Nesmith missing that jumper. But I do think we can pay our second-round pick without having to eat into the mid-level exception under the new CBA, which is excellent, obviously, because you don't want to. If you have a second-round pick on the team, that's like about $1 million, So you can sign them later in the year to cut that down. But I don't think any of that is going to be necessary for this draft pick. Now, who we get, whether they'll be good or not, it's hard to say. It used to be that second-round picks, rarely did. It was very, very rare that a second-round pick did a lot of. I don't know what to say, not damage, but was really impactful on the team. That has changed a lot. I think the second round is starting to be full of guys who are more older college vets and maybe some other European players who are on smaller franchises perhaps, or just guys who, it's kind of like the second round is becoming the veteran. Can we get a solid vet from this round? And obviously, there's, I think Manu Ginobili was a second round pick. Obviously Draymond was a second round pick. But I think the second round is much more important. And it used to be that teams just got rid of their second round picks like crazy, like they didn't matter, and you could just buy one. I think think it's important to really scout those guys out, though. Because we've had even TJD. Not that you can expect maybe that level of productivity from a second round pick, every year. But I value those picks a lot more than I used to. Yeah. And there's 23.7 left to go in the game here. Celtics up by 16. And the Warriors are going down 2-1 in this series. Steph is hurt. Draymond fouled out. And the next game is in Boston to determine whether the Celtics will go up 3-1 or whether Warriors will tie the series. And although we all know what happens, man, you guys are going to have a good time watching that. I wish I could. I think I'll be at work. But yeah, what a game.
On Twitter, so I'm trying to figure out. There's some indications that it came from a Tim Kawakami podcast 4 days ago. So we'll see. But then there's an incredibly bad aggregation by Loon Muse, who quotes Looney from Draymond's podcast. It ends with ... I have been in this business long enough to know that isn't realistic. But like what he was talking about, and I had to listen to it 2 times while you were talking, is that the question was, the topic was, I've been a Warrior my whole life. And Draymond was surprised because he goes, oh yeah, 9 years. And Looney goes, no, 10. I'm going into my 10th year.
Yeah.
Draymond goes, oh my goodness, and everything. And then Looney's
well, he got the full what's it called? Pension, I think.
Oh, okay. So he got
played 10 years in the league, you got the full pension.
And then
nice.
I would love to be a Warrior my whole life. That part is where he doesn't think it's realistic. So
and he said, I hope that you are Draymond and everything like that. He didn't say anything, man.
Exactly. So how do we equate that?
Just totally professional.
But really the tweets that are in question are from aggregator Evan Sidery of Forbes Sports.
I don't know him.
Looney will likely be released by the Warriors to save money on their tax bill, per Tim Kawakami, linked to a podcast. So now I got to go listen to that whole damn podcast to see exactly what he said. But I've been saying that for a while, that they could get under the tax if they really tried, and if Klay was okay with it, and that would involve waiving Looney. But then Dean added that, hey, you don't necessarily have to waive Looney. You could trade him into cap space, someone with cap space, get something out of it, and get a second-round pick or something or whatever. So we'll see.
Also,
it's likely that
if you waive him for $5 million, that stays on your books, right?
The $3 million stays on.
Sorry, the $3 million stays. Sorry, you save $5 million, but you have $3 million in dead cap space out of $8 million for 1 more year of Looney.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Book, right?
We've talked about this already, though, Dean. All that tiny little bit of wiggle room could get them under the tax line.
It seems like an inefficient way to do that, though, compared to the other options out there.
It's not. No, I don't agree with just cutting him. Get something out of it. Trade him to a team that has space.
No, I'm only talking about waiving him. Yeah.
No, but you're still talking about getting rid of his salary. That's what I mean. That part I don't disagree with on the Tim Kawakami thing. The part that I do disagree with is we're going to cut him. I don't think that would be smart. I think there's plenty of, he has good market value.
Yeah, we're in agreement on that. Yeah.
Trade him for nothing in return except draft picks, and you get something out of it.
I mean, I'm happy to keep him if I'm being completely honest.
Of course, you've always been like that. I'm telling you that, and I need to do the video, although I don't know how many people will actually watch it. It's, as I mentioned many times before, it's got to be 10 or 11 times by now. If you get off of Looney's salary and if Gary redoes his contract and Klay comes back at a reasonable level, which I equated that to Draymond's contract, you can get under the tax, which then allows you to go get a free agent at 10 or 11 million dollars and stay under the first apron. So that's the non-taxpayer mid-level. So I don't know if I agree with you on keeping Looney. So we might just disagree there. But then again, I sure as heck don't mind. I'm just going to go with whatever they go with. Again, it goes back to they don't pay me enough to think about all these possibilities. It's like at some point, it's too many things you can do.
Well, I just did this quickly on one of these trade machines. If you waive Chris Paul and re-sign Klay to a 4-year, $100 million contract going 22, 24, 26, 28. So it all adds up to $100 million. You have 12 players under contract, so you only need to fill in 2. That's Steph, Klay, Wiggs, Dray, GP2, Loon, based on their salary. GP2, Looney, Kuminga, Moody, Pajemski, Jackson Davis, and Guy Santos, plus a 52nd pick, which is a cheap contract. So you only need to sign 1 free agent. And I said you waive Chris Paul for $0, right? Because his contract is fully non-guaranteed. You only have a roster cap of $166 million there.
So well, I already did the math, and we've been through this though. So
what?
I appreciate the work. If there's new information, please text it to me. But like for me personally, it's kind of frustrating to like now we're adding up the numbers again. I thought we went through this already. So maybe my math is wrong, but Gary, according to my spreadsheet, Gary would need to, and I sent it to you. Gary would need to come off of his $9 million, and let's say just divide it by 3. You're a Warrior for the next 3 years. Probably none of this will happen. They'll just be little subtle differences if they go this route. And I'm not saying to go this route. I don't know. That's where I stop. Like I don't want to decide to go that route, but that route is a possibility, which is again, you can go have the ability to go after a free agent in the open market for up to $11 million. Kyle Anderson's getting paid under $10 million right now, so that was my example. And
I don't think he's going to get
Looney's
pay rise, right? Sorry.
And Gary needs to so the difference is you calculated Klay at 4 years starting at 22 million. So that buys you 3 more million. So there's an idea for you.
And it would end up being 100 million after that 4-year deal.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a new one. That's a new idea out there. That kind of, it's good that you mentioned that because there was it Kendrick Perkins? Yeah, it was Kendrick Perkins that said that Klay has seen Jordan Poole get his 100 million. He's seen Wiggins. Was it Wiggins? No, he's seen no, it's Poole. Is there anybody else?
Yeah. And
Draymond get his 100 million. My thing is though, I'd be in the room. I'd be like, Klay, bro. I mean, we paid you 193 million, bro. We almost paid you 200 million.
If you got another 100 million, I think he will have made almost 300 and 30 or 350. I can't remember what it was. But it was something like around 3%. His total career earnings would equal about 3% of the whole economy per year of the Bahamas. So that's not bad. I'll take it. I'll take 3% of Klay's career earnings, man. Dang, it's a lot of money. I think what we were hearing all season long, though, is more the way Klay's thinking. And this whole like, oh, Klay, Orlando, that's kind of just negotiating stuff. Because we were hearing all season long from his dad, Klay's a Warrior. He's not going to leave, and all that kind of stuff.
Then we heard,
could be wrong.
Shams at the end of the season said that Klay's looking for a respectful, like to be respected. And then I actually am hearing some of the same stuff from his camp. And I still get frustrated though by his camp. Like, oh, I need to be respected. You know what? How about if we do respect you? We already respect you. For you to need that, like, stop it already. Get over yourself, honestly. It's like,
well, I don't know what.
Respect. Like, so that's what I'm hearing, and that part worries me. But we don't. Really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know as much as you do about the people around him. It's just so hard for me to imagine. Bye, Steph. I mean, really, that's so hard for me to imagine, and I don't think
Bottom line, yep.
I hope a lot of that respect is years, and obviously, we're not going to ask him.
Go ahead and sign him for longer term, because
I'll give him a no trade clause, man.
Yeah, it's just that next year your salary needs to be at a certain level that we can.
Well, it can't. Obviously the limit is the second apron. We cannot go over the second apron. We cannot be a second apron team.
It keeps looping around. So I get it for Klay, like, but if Klay, if you take a contract like this or like that, then we can go and get a $10 million free agent or something like that. And I can see him thinking, oh, you don't need a $10 million free agent. You got me. Why do we need to do that? No, just pay me more. That's what I'm afraid of. That he's at that point.
Right. Do you want to make $100 million to play with the franchise that no matter what you do, you will always be associated with in a place that you seem to like, and help the team get better and try and, make a deep playoff run? I mean, it sounds like a pretty good deal to me, man. I don't,
and
back, maybe Klay just wants something new and he's not willing to say it. But if that's true, just say it. Just say I want to try a different experience. Don't do all the respect.
It's not that. It's not that.
Okay.
It's really not that. No, I mean, Orlando's got to really go crazy, and then it's a domino effect. So Orlando would go crazy. Klay would use that as a bargaining chip. But at the end of the day, dude, we do respect you. We do want to pay you 20-something million. Just freaking sign that damn thing. Like, we do respect, but I get it too. He's still, he's young by human standards. So he's still, he's got a lot of maturing to do as an adult male. But as a basketball competitor, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. And sometimes those things collide.
Well, I can't speak to his maturity off the court, but I do think there was something very troubling him that I had never seen before this last season and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
And whatever that is, I hope he figures that out. Because that was kind of hard to see. Of course, he's never missed the playoffs. Well, this is the first time he's really felt missing the playoffs since 2013. He wasn't on the team when we sucked. I mean, he was, but he wasn't out there playing when we sucked, like Steph was eventually, and Draymond was, and So maybe it's just like, oh, I'm back, 6 straight finals for me, another championship, and then he played pretty well in the first round against the Kings, and going into the Lakers, having that painful series, and then people are turning on him, and then this 0 for 10 thing. On the other hand, I heard a lot of this stuff from Draymond's camp. Oh, well, Draymond, and then like a day or two into free agency, there was that 4-year, $100 million, deal, and he was cheering on Steph and Klay while they were golfing. So it could just be a lot of off-season, noise blowing in the wind type of deal, I think, too. Or he might leave, in which case, I think that really hurts us as one of the great pillars of the NBA. Not being able to keep a legend like that, but that opens up a lot of interesting cap space stuff, right? Because CP3 is off the books, Klay's off the books. Again, Looney and GP2, that's $17 million. You can open up millions of dollars of cap space, with the right kind of trades. If unfortunately that's what's going down. That's not what I want to happen, but Eric, I think we're in a good position no matter what.
I got to interject before we shift gears. Eric G already said, well, if Klay leaves, then we should go after Malik Monk. Let's toss some money at Malik Monk was his suggestion.
Malik Monk.
Oh, yeah, man.
Really like Monk. Maybe a little too small though. Don't really want another guard.
I'm looking at Klay's stats from the last 2 elimination games. Not good, man. 3 for 29 total. That sucks. But anyways, that was 2023.
Yeah.
With
33 for 31, right?
3 for 19, and then what? Wasn't he 0 for 10?
Oh, he only hit 3. Oh yeah, 3. Oof.
He's 3 for 29 in the last 2 elimination games. Anyway, yeah. So overall, I don't think he'll leave, because the more when you were talking, I was thinking, well, the only way he would leave is not really. I mean, the way he would leave is that he feels the Warriors' offer is disrespectful. That's why he would leave. And for that to happen, I just don't see that happening, because they will get in a room and they will iron this out.
I think so too.
They just will iron it out. It comes down to that. That's the last scene with the Warriors. I mean, really, that's the good thing about the Warriors. That's the good thing about our culture. And Steve and Steph together built this culture. And
just the relationships on our team are there's nothing like it in the NBA. There can't be. No one's been together long enough, been through the battles that they've been through. And also, Klay said he wanted to play till he's 40, right? I believe him on that. I really do. This is one last nice paycheck, right? I mean, $100 million, or maybe more than that. I don't know. To stay with the team, close out your legacy right, and I guess there's that pressure, though. This is probably your last really big contract. Maybe not, but maybe. So there is that pressure to get this one right. But there is a realistic possibility, which is very difficult, but it's a possibility that when these guys are too old to start, we will have the young players at that point in time to help them still keep winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it takes a special mindset for an NBA player to be okay with that. Mm-hmm. Like a Ray Allen mindset. And sometimes it's hard to do on one team. But I don't know. All they have to do is kind of be selfless and forward looking, and they have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose, you know. And if you think Orlando is going to be cool with 0 for 10, huh?
Who's they? They have nothing.
The trio. They've established everything.
I talk about Klay. You went they, so I was like, what? Okay.
Well, I just mean them as those three as a group, and Kerr, and
clarify for our audience.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. It's good to remember to name who you're talking about in case someone didn't hear or just tuned in. I always think that's nice in a podcast when they remember to do that. Thank you for reminding me, Rich. Good practices, but yeah, I think they really have no pressure to really have to I mean the accomplishments they've had. We've already had a Bulls like 8 seasons, 10 seasons, whatever you want to count it as, which is incredible. Obviously not 6 titles, 4, but I just hope they choose what made the Warriors the Warriors, which is strength in numbers, which means selflessness, and trusting your teammates. And you know what, man? I don't think we trusted our teammates enough. Young guys, old guys, whatever you want to say it was. We could trust our teammates more coming into this next season.
Well, that was definitely an issue with Jordan Poole in the year before last.
For obvious reasons. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which Draymond covered with Looney on the podcast.
He did. He was very he was very openly just like talking about how embarrassed he was and everything. And my guess is that's coming out of the therapy that he's getting, just asking for forgiveness without qualification, which is nice. I appreciate that very much.
Hey, Bruce.
What's up, Bruce?
Oh,
it's grinders in the business.
I just posted the Instagram.
Hey, we need to get some Let's Go Warriors coffee, man. Rich loves Starbucks. I love Starbucks. We're grinding, Rich, a basketball knowledge.
So what I love what I love about having you on here is that we think about it more because now out of doing a rewatch of all games, game 3.
Oh.
I just did this to line up against the current NBA finals. So we'll see everybody on Wednesday, right? So that there's some, consistency. Actually, in an ideal world, I would have done like breakdown videos of each one and really, maybe next year when I figured this whole thing out. But like,
well, we'll be in the finals covering it live next year.
So. Hopefully, to get to the point where I go, wait a minute, I'm picturing the room, Klay, Steph, Joe Lacob.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, what would really make Klay go, nah, really, that Orlando offer is just way better. He'd have to feel disrespected with our offer. And I don't see that happening. Like, we would not let him leave the room without him feeling respected. And if it takes extra years, fine. So at that point, it's like
the only way is if he really thinks he'll be happier. In which case, in that case, go ahead. If it'll make you happy, then yes, absolutely, Klay. We'll never root against you. But the idea that now if he's asking for $55 million a year, that's not respect. That's like, hey man, that's like, we can't be in the second apron. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no offense, that's not but also Klay's not going to disrespect us either. You know what I mean?
So it goes both ways. So I think that's the part they're looking for. It's not even a money thing, really. It's more just it's a relationship thing. Whereas look, if I was Klay's dad, I go, come on, man, you want respect? I mean, look at you, like just that's on you. You seeking the respect. It's just like me seeking respect from fill in the blank former business partners that we had a falling out. Certain people at even, the Warriors, like they don't understand me sometimes. I don't understand them, and I wish they understood me better. But like, do I have a need to seek that out? I think I've said it before. I'm 96% there, or there's only like 3 or 4% of any residual, say, bitterness left. But for the most part, I don't need that. Like,
it feels good being the bigger person too, It really does. Not that we're saying Klay and the Warriors are going to need that. I think Bruce does say no taxes is a hell of a pitch. That's true. But it's also like Orlando. I mean, I hate to say that, but
tickets. No, Bruce, you're way off, Bruce. You know what's hot right now? Universal Studios, bro.
Oh, Harry Potter. Studios.
Harry Potter ride. Come on, Bruce. Here we are.
My grandma lived out there for a while. Near Orlando. I forget what it was called, St. something. I don't remember. Yeah. Snowbird community. I mean, I don't know. It is near the Bahamas too. But it's Orlando, man. Like, come on. You know what I mean? This is your legacy, Klay. I don't. If it'll make him happy, then fine. But I can't imagine him. Can you imagine him guarding Steph? Just some random Tuesday night. That would be terrible. It's like watching Portland Scottie Pippen. Oh no, yeah, Portland Scottie Pippen guarding Washington Wizards Michael Jordan. I was just like, I didn't want to see that. This guy should have retired on one team, but their owner. That's where we're lucky. That's where we're real lucky to have Mr. Joe Lacob. You know what I mean?
That didn't happen though, did it? Pippen and Jordan?
No, they forced both of those guys out of Chicago, though.
Yeah.
Which is an insane thing to say. They thought that was a good idea. I guess they got Derrick Rose 10 years later, which doesn't seem like it's true, but it is. But don't underestimate Orlando. I know. I was there on April Fool's Day, and they pretended to trade Dwight Howard, and then they actually did it like next season. And
wait, was that like a PR stunt by Orlando or
April Fool's Day joke?
Really?
We just traded Dwight Howard, then he like walked out.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, look, if someone wants to go to Orlando, if there's a great player on Orlando, they do have a great franchise out there. They have very, you watch the 95 finals with Shaq or the second round against the Bulls. You watch the 09 finals against the Lakers. They have a great fan base. I just don't think a legend like Klay Thompson should give up the one and only place he's ever known for Orlando. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. And it's not, again, my grandma lived out there. Orlando's cool. The second Disney World, that's another thing. Like, we're the real. Never mind. But I just can't imagine Klay like, bye, Steph. I'm going to Orlando. I really hope it doesn't happen. Maybe.
Bruce, any other, why do you feel so strongly about Orlando? It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's a good move for Klay? Obviously, I don't. But I'm willing to listen to anything. Not saying no way. But I really hope it doesn't happen, man. I really hope Klay stays. There are a lot of theme parks in Orlando. That's true.
Should I put the Bruce screenshot of him don't underestimate Orlando, or at least it says Dean on there, so implicitly you disagree, which I also disagree.
And it's not your fault.
Well, I don't know if there is actually disagreement, because if I say that I don't think he's going to Orlando, it doesn't also mean that I'm underestimating the Magic. I can have both.
No, they're a legit threat to take him away from us.
So I made Bruce famous here.
Hey, yet again.
We don't really have much engagement.
Shivansh is saying I'm roasting Orlando City. Come on, man. I'm not roasting Orlando City. You know, again, my grandma used to live right near there. I've been to, what's it called?
Wait, you roasted the city?
No, I don't think so. Shivansh said I did, though.
Huh. Strange. By the way,
I haven't been to Miami, though.
Huh? The city's so far away from the theme parks, too. So,
well, yeah, I mean,
it's not really the same. But
no.
Klay might get dates.
Oh, he's having such a hard time now, huh? I wouldn't worry about that, Bruce. Anywhere he plays, just introduce him to Rocco and everybody.
Definitely don't worry about that, Bruce.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say. Wink, wink.
No, Clay's a good guy, man. He should have as much fun as he wants to have.
Yep. I have to no comment. Well, anyway, so yeah, I guess I should do the video. But good, thank you for suggesting the $100 million contract. So, send me some info, Dean. You calculated it out at 22, 24, 26, 28 or something. Did you do that? Do you have like a spreadsheet, or how did you do that? Or just send it to me.
Wait, yeah, I used here. I want to see. Oh yeah. I'll take a screenshot of that and send it over to you.
All right, cool. Yeah. Email me that.
Yep.
Perfect timing. I'm glad we talked about it. And then is there anything else on Looney? We talked about Looney at length. That's the latest what do you call it? 5-alarm fire on Twitter. And Looney is like, yeah. So I'll put it this way. But Tim Kawakami said the same thing. If I got to listen to that podcast now. But if Looney does get waived, there's no other reason to do it other than to get under the tax line.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think they would. Sorry, I'm trying to find the. I'll do that in a second. There's no basketball reason why you would just want to get rid of Looney other than that. I still think Looney mentioned this on the Draymond pod yesterday, that he's trying that he knows that there are some adjustments he needs to make to the new NBA. I also think he was just tired.
I got to watch that too. He's tired. Right.
He played so many consecutive games in a row for a guy coming off hip and abdominal surgery, coming into the league, and then the abdominal. He also had nerve. What's that called?
Neuropathy or something.
Neuropathy, yeah. Mm-hmm. Neuropathy. Before he got that surgery in 2020 or 2021. And so, just playing all those games in a row, maybe he got a little tired, man. And I think a little bit of rest would do him a lot of good, and not having that Iron Man streak to have to worry about.
Exactly.
I think that's got to weigh on a player, man.
I think that was a byproduct of it goes hand in hand with like all of the vets wanting to get back on a playoffs run type thing, because his thing is yeah, but so what do I got? You know, what's some stuff that I can do? And that's just playing every game. It's a hell of a legacy to have. So now it's kind of like, yeah, forget the legacy thing. All of that. Let's just win some regular season games. Nobody ever talks about that really, unless you're setting records during the regular season. But like legacy is always about your playoff runs, and NBA has changed a little bit. Harder to get to the playoffs now, so you gotta sort of focus on that. So win some regular season games, which means your regular rotation gets a little younger in terms of a mixture of minutes and who's playing what minutes and stuff.
Well, also, maybe it was a little overly focused on here, I'm sending you the thing, right? I found the photo. It was a little overly focused on individual stuff, maybe too.
Yeah.
You know? I want to start. I want Draymond. You know, Steph maybe not about himself, but I want Draymond and Klay and Loon and Wiggs. You know, I trust those guys more. I want to keep my streak going. Man, the most important thing, especially for the Warriors, who are again just the vibiest, dynastic run that I've ever, seen myself, or even the old tape, of the other teams. Like, we need a good, like, energy, chemistry, and also just like, I sent that to you. Also, just kind of like a lack of ego and just a focus on, oh yeah, I can do that. Whatever you guys need, from whoever it is, including Kuminga too. He made his point about, like, I think I should be closing games. Okay, you made your point. You needed to get that out. Fine. Yeah, man. I think we can and will get back to that. It's been a rough past couple seasons. It really has. In fact, that's one part of watching these finals games that's a little, it's a little sad, just knowing how much difficult stuff is coming up ahead, for these guys in the future. Obviously Draymond and Jordan, and the new CBA and losing Decky.
As I'm looking at your screenshot of the trade machine on, I guess, Fanspo.
Yep.
Obviously a requirement is waive Chris Paul, and
trade him into cap space too, for nothing in return, or non-salary in return.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think about that some more, and I do think that actually that was, although it kind of didn't work on the court, and of course he broke his hand again, so I guess that counts as kind of didn't work, and sort of has had a history.
Sorry, who? Oh, CP3. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with CP3, what I want to say about CP3, and we're now at the 2-hour mark, 2:19 hour, is that the more I think about that trade, the more I like it in terms of, I don't know if they were able to look ahead to now, but what Klay decides.
Right. The CP3 for Jordan Poole trade you're talking about, right?
Yep, the CP3 for Jordan Poole trade that happened last offseason. Everything right now is hanging in the balance of what Klay decides.
Definitely.
Wouldn't it be great if Klay decides to leave? Hopefully you figure this all out before, like the option date on Chris Paul is officially before free agency, but hopefully everybody's doing a little bit of tampering right now, and especially how
I don't know what you're talking about, Rich.
Like
no one ever does any of that.
For you not to be able to talk to your own guy before free agency supposedly July 1st. I mean, like, you got to know what he's doing, and if you have a sense that he really does want to leave, thank goodness for the Chris Paul trade chip, actually.
Well, being locked into Jordan Poole's contract right now would be, no offense, that would be a little rough position to be in at the moment.
Yep. Because the thing if Klay leaves, then you've got to use the CP3 trade chip, don't you think? Or the odds are you've got to utilize that. And
I honestly, I don't even know what you do. You might keep him and use that salary for something else. I can't even, I would rather hard cap ourselves signing and trading Klay for something in return than just letting him walk for nothing. But the CP3 contract,
that wouldn't hard cap us. That would hard cap the other team, right?
Oh, I always get that wrong. It hard caps the team that is getting the player.
Yeah, the only way I can remember that is D'Angelo.
All right, but that was a sign and trade both ways, so that's why I always forget. We signed and traded KD. They signed and traded D'Angelo to us. Oh, okay. So, forgive me if I get that wrong yet again. Right. So that wouldn't even hard cap us. So I think no matter what, we have most of our draft picks. We have the ability to just go back. I mean, we don't have to get rid of any of these guys. We could keep CP3 and Klay if we wanted to. I mean, it's not realistic, but that's all there. We have young players. We have Wiggins and which is $26 million. Honestly, we have about $17 million worth of GP2 and Looney. We might have, as you were saying, the almost almost 13 million in the non-taxpayer if we wanted to go that route.
10 or 11 million. Right. But it depends on what you pay Klay.
Right. But we have that option, open. Yeah. So I don't want Klay to leave, but we're in a position to, honestly, if we keep basically the same roster, just try different, maybe a little bit more creative roster moves with a little bit more size, or we can make a huge splash, or we could.
Yeah. Well, again, I got to rope you back, Dean. I brought that up just to say the only thing I was saying is that because now we're getting into stuff where now you're creating some stuff and it's like, if you're doing that much work, what for this live stream that nobody watches type of thing, this is like, it's a lot to get into. So let's just, psychologically, let's just trust Mike Dunleavy in what they do. But the only reason I brought it up is that the only point I wanted to make was that, what, I'm actually kind of glad, given that a lot hangs in the balance of what Klay is going to do. I don't want to say on Klay wanting to leave or not, because it's more complicated than that. It's more nuanced than that, because Klay may leave but not feel like he's leaving. Klay may leave because he feels like he deserves, let's say, $100 million contract over 4 years, and he didn't get it or whatever. Let's just say, for example. I feel more comfortable having the CP3 contract in our back pocket with this uncertainty on Klay. And that's it.
The reason I was bringing up all that stuff is because, like, trust Dunleavy, Kerr, Lacobs, Steph, Draymond, trust all those guys. And, like, unlike a lot of teams, we actually have many different options depending on whatever happens to continue to improve and try and put a championship team, around our championship players, and that's not something a lot of teams have. They don't have.
Yep.
Should we get way under the tax, or should we trade, CP3, or should we waive him, or and how much do we play our 2 lottery picks plus BP and TJD, who are basically lottery picks, in terms of production, maybe not top 5, but top 14, 15, whatever. Other teams don't have that alongside championship level superstars. They just don't have that level of flexibility, and that's what gives me confidence that we'll have an ability, and we could swing and miss. I would say we swung and missed with CP this season, actually, on the team. I hate to say that because I loved the way he played, and I thought he was great for the team. I thought he was a great leader, but we didn't make the playoffs, and that's a miss. I hate to go against Giannis, but that's a failure for this season. But that's okay. Just get back up, dust yourself back off, and because of the type of.
Well, I'm not. I got to stop you on that one. No.
What? Yeah, what?
I completely 110% agree with Giannis. There are no failures. There's no way we're saying that here on Let's Go Warriors.
Okay, we didn't get where we wanted to. We didn't reach the objectives then. You're right. I shouldn't have called it.
That's just one of those my nitpicky things. I'm not calling anybody out there ever. I'm trying to avoid saying the word HATE. I don't like that word. I don't ever want to have any mindset of somebody being DUMB or STUPID. I just don't. It sounds very grammar schoolish, but I'm really like that's.
No, you're totally right.
The mentality of it that I want to carry every single day. So
which I heard a lot more people say that on the internet, man.
Isn't that
totally right? You're totally right.
But no,
I'm sorry.
Stuff that I've learned. No, see, you don't need to say sorry. Like I don't need apologies, and I don't need, I don't want anyone ever to feel shame. I don't want anyone ever to feel like they need to apologize about anything. I'll be fine. It's just kind of the mentality I'm trying to promote, and I haven't figured out how to describe that. I've even today, I think about it every single day. Today I was thinking, you know what? Maybe just don't try to do it, because it's impossible to put in words what we do here at Let's Go Warriors. So don't worry about updating the bio on Instagram or whatever. They're not going to get it anyways. If you don't get it, you don't get it. So that's today I thought of that idea.
There's got to be something, Golden State, Golden Rule, some sort of connection there,
I was just thinking.
Do for other people what you want them to do to you or for you or whatever.
I was just thinking just to put something along the lines of we only do positive vibes, and that's it. Like if you don't get that, then you don't get it.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, even I slip up every now and then. There's a guy on Instagram. He might be watching right now. Who cares? But the dude that wore the orange jersey to the Sacramento, and we won that game. That was Game 7. He was on TV.
Yeah,
I actually forgot his name. My bad. I know his Twitter and IG handles, but just because I DM'd him. But
yeah, I remember now that you mentioned it. Yeah,
we kind of got into it in the DMs, and I was just, part of me was a little bit of an annoyance that. That I would give him that much energy of trying to, it wasn't anything bad that he said. He just said, we got to go get, Donovan Mitchell. And
it was disagreement with his viewpoint.
And I was just like, hey, look, my point is, in not so many words, in too many words, it was like, you got to really stop thinking of these, solution is to go get Donovan Mitchell type things. First of all, transactionally nearly impossible. Okay. And I don't want to go through all the steps of that. Maybe I'll do it in a video. I was thinking of doing a video every day. Just pick a guy. Today, we're going to go look at why obtaining Donovan Mitchell is super difficult, and why you shouldn't just be on social media thinking that we need to go out and get that guy and go, trade Kuminga for that. That was really the gist of it. And so I should do a video on why Kuminga is nearly untouchable. And I've mentioned that the simplest reason is because this is going to become a huge salary here, which is sometimes a good thing. But anyway.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Anyway, so I got into it a little bit, and it didn't seem like he was really listening, but then I was kind of forcing it onto him a little bit. He started to get defensive about I finally said, I mean, you're putting a lot of energy into this. And then he finally said, well, you're the one that put the energy here, there. And then I finally decided, okay, that's it. I can't do, I just cannot engage with the guy who means well. He does mean well. He's not a bad guy. He's a very good guy. In fact, he ended it with saying, but all's well, let's go Warriors at the end of the day. But
well, sports are things that mean very deep things to people, and they want their vision to be realized, So it's a little bit like a country or politics or whatever that very deep-seated thing where people are going to have this religion, where people are going to have different views from one another on certain things, But I think social media has really taken away that something when
human side.
well, even here, I can see your face, I can hear your tone, I can take a second and go, oh, Rich is my friend, Right. I'm not gonna. Not that we have that happen, where we disagree like that very often, but over the phone without, a face or without anything like that, sometimes it's good to just go, okay, man, you win, go ahead, or maybe not win. I don't know, just like,
right.
Hey,
yeah, it's taken me
it's all good
to get to that point.
It's hard. It's the hardest thing to do in life, man.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it, because you're not carrying that around with you all day long.
Yeah, the goal to get to is that you're too happy to care. It's kind of like on your birthday, right? You're kind of like you're too happy to care, or Christmas. But how do you do that day to day? But anyway.
Well, nobody likes moving,
not
right?
Easy.
Nobody likes moving from place to place. Maybe they like ending up in a new place, but actually moving sucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why would you want to carry around baggage all day long? You know what I mean? It's
a good way to look at it.
It's like, it's literally like a chore emotionally to hold all that stuff up. And all you have to do is just let it go. I mean, it's hard to do because you're right, like you're right about this, but maybe you're not. No, I'll just let it go. It's just too much work. I don't need that.
Yeah,
donate that to someone else.
People like yourself actually are innately better at that than other people, and I've had to come a long way. I was Draymond, different player, different style of player on the court, but emotionally I was Draymond. And not that I would get into fights or
No. We all got what you meant. Yeah. There's no way someone like
not
me.
The Nurkic one, but yeah. No. Or the Gobert move, or the Jordan Poole move.
No, obviously. Draymond that we just saw right there, getting those teammates off of getting those opponents off of his
team. And I didn't have his physicality of, I just had his mentality in the wrong body. It would have been a great if I had more of a linebacker body. I was just an emotional type. So it's taken me
there's no way someone like me could have created Let's Go Warriors, though. I just would not have had the patience to deal with the public without someone like you out there to, like,
oh, thanks,
no,
man.
I'm going to show you like why we're doing this, and like this is why you can't talk to people that way. I would just be like, I'm out. I'm not going to be on YouTube. You're just never going to hear me
that's
talk.
interesting. Yeah.
Thanks, so
man.
I definitely could never have done what you did, Rich. Like, there's no way, man. There's no way.
Yeah. So it's been a circuitous path.
Hey, it's the best type.
when you mentioned that about sports, yeah, I kind of, the way I see it is like sports in and of itself is competitive, and so
yeah,
I mean, thank goodness it's not, Roman gladiator times. I mean, that was the sport, right? People actually died. And
oh yeah. I mean, that was the point.
That's not too long ago in the grand scale of evolution, right? A couple hundred years or 1,000 years, I mean, a couple thousand years.
Yeah.
It's not that long ago.
Around 300, AD 300 that it started to get banned in Rome. I mean, look, I'm not going to get too graphic, but old football, they made the balls out of the heads of, criminals. And they would play with that. And now we're watching, guys who are real, I mean, it's so far removed from that now. All the kind of respect and sportsmanship
but at the same time,
things like that,
it's
like
evolutionarily,
your reactions are the same. Hey, that's my guy.
we're way more civilized now, which is good, and let's keep going.
You would hope, yeah.
Not stop. So. And the thing is just to recognize, but it is kind of a similar energy, and what it is really what I've learned is like, it's really your survival instincts and things of like that. So when you're playing competitive basketball, you've got to be in a certain mental state, and that's the same state as you would be if you were, the gladiator.
Yeah, it's the fight response.
Fight
or flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or freeze,
so
I guess.
Is see how discourse about sports 99% of the time will stay like that, and then you get a lot of competitiveness. So I see how people can get, so that it's kind of accepting that as well, but so I'm figuring it out.
Well, and the thing that you offer and that I try and help with is there's also something above that, though, that's even more enjoyable, where you, unlike in actual conflict, where even if you, like, even victory in the Second World War, that was horrible. All those people died, even though obviously I think the good side won. It's not much of a controversial statement, I would hope. But that wasn't a buzzer beater with respect for your opponent. Like, all those, that was terrible. It was horrible. And sports is a way to get that same competitive thing with, like, real, with real respect between those two different sides. And I love that about sports, like Russell and West. Can you imagine the amount of respect those guys had for one another?
Oh,
and how
yeah,
even it was, and and it's based on rules too. And it's just like, I think sports is probably one of the few things that could really actually help prevent conflict. It's one of the few things we do as a world really well. We as a whole Earth, we do sports globally probably better than pretty much anything else that I can think of. I mean, what unites the world more than sports? Music, maybe, but you don't see hundreds of millions of people tuning in to watch bands from different countries compete, although that would be cool. There's nothing like the Olympics or the World Cup or anything like that you want to say. And yeah.
You were saying a level above that?
Yeah. I just think that there's real like, look, it's not just supporting your side. You know what I mean? It's like really understanding and respecting, having to do that to be able to win too, at least from the team's perspective. But just like there's a real chance at seeing these two great, especially in something like the finals, where like these are two great teams that are basically equal, giving their all for something that isn't death and violence and destruction, but it's, I don't know, it's
yeah. So that's why I think what we do here at Let's Go Warriors is to give you the as close to the environment of those competitors,
yeah,
as we can, rather than the more distant way of doing it, which is the fandom from the peanut gallery, where you've kind of I don't want to say twisted, but you've kind of adopted this competition as for some part of satisfaction in some part of your life. Mm-hmm. So you don't look at it as on my screen I see Klay Thompson and Jaylen Brown from the NBA site. Thank you, Dean Agan, by the way, pointing me to the 2022 NBA Finals page, where I'm able to honestly just record this for you and make it easier. Very hard to find that page, actually. So thank you, Dean.
Go.
But like to really, for Let's Go Warriors is different because number one, we want to keep evolving. Like we've evolved from the Roman gladiators and the Colosseum to basketball now, to TD Garden in Boston. And like there's more to that. You can keep going, and the way to keep going is to start using this technology, which is what we have, and on YouTube here primarily, and show more the inside world of Jaylen and Klay and what they're thinking in their competition, rather than the people that observe it from afar and kind of have, because there's kind of, that's the traditional way of consuming it, is who won and who lost, and do I feel good about
even more negative, really?
Sorry, gotta be what?
Oh, I think it's gotten more negative. It used to be that fans were like, our guy's the greatest, everybody else sucks, and now it's just sniping from everywhere, like they're all media members. Oh, I don't really cheer for anyone. It's just crazy, You have people going nuts at a game who will then go home and get on Twitter and complain. Like,
yeah,
I don't get that. But yeah, 19th man, right? That's what we were always striving to be.
Yeah.
And that includes thinking about the opponent too, not just our own team. I mean, what's the point of being the 19th man and only showing up to practice? You have to actually show up and play the other team and respect them too, and try and understand them. And who knows if how many people we can reach with that message, but I know that there's no better place when we lose than here. because, you know, we're not going to freak out. We're not going to get, you know, super upset. Most of the time, yeah, we're human, so maybe a little bit, but you know, it's not the goal of the channel. We check each other, do our research as best as we can, and when we win, because of that, there's no better place to celebrate than here, you know. Because everybody else is, you know, you can tell everybody else is they're maybe trying to hide that, like, oh, it was, you know, I'm saying how much I don't believe in this team and how they never do anything right or make any moves, or there's all this negativity, you know, that you have to, like, oh, well, they won now. And I think that's just like, why root for a team then if you don't? I don't. I'm not being able to form a sentence here, but yeah, there's nothing like really, you know, I guess really backing your team, win or lose. And people just don't do that because they want instant gratification now. You know, I want to win now. That's why they say they, you know, follow different players, but that's fine. I mean, we're doing that in the finals. Rich is rooting for the Mavs. I'm rooting for the Celtics, but we're not like Celtics fans or Mavericks fans. You know, we're like Warriors fans, man. And I'm a little worried that that's something people don't really understand anymore, you know? Like, you have to actually root for your team all the time. Even if you think they're doing something wrong. You know? Yeah. You can't take pleasure in seeing them fail and still be a fan. It's just not the way it works. At least in my mind, it's not the way it works. Hey, thank you, Shivansh. Oh, Perkins said that about Klay. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was. I could find the link. I guess I should do a video on that. It's hard doing videos though, but you got it's a heck of a hump to get over. But just got to do it. Not that I have all this free time or anything. As I said, when you guys get a chance, go subscribe. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to youtube.com NBA Up Close.
And that's with a hyphen between Up Close, if you're searching it up.
It's an underscore. It's an yeah. There's a maybe I should just I don't know. But anyway, the URL has an underscore.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you're doing it through the search bar, I think it helps with
for you guys. For example, today I worked on this video. Celtics win game 2, and you get Paul Pierce up close, Drew Holiday up close, 4 angles of Pritchard's buzzer beater. There's Paul Pierce here. He did his own podcast at a bar in Boston before the game, and then you can follow Paul Pierce here. From the moment he got out of his car at the arena, he went directly to the court. And I said earlier he kissed the leprechaun. He didn't actually kiss it. He just gave it his, you know, he had to feel the leprechaun. And all of that is in the back here. Oh, and then in this video, Kyrie, a lot of people don't know this, when he left the arena in the tunnel, he said, I'll see you back for game 5. I'm going to see you guys all back here for game 5. Told the crowd that.
We're winning at least one, man.
I hope he's right.
You know,
we'll see.
I've rooted for the Celtics, but if this is a sweep after these playoffs, after all that time off, that's going to be a little like, I need my basketball. But hey, man, all good. Whatever happens. I hope it's just fun.
I figured out a way to. I'm lucky with whatever happens, and I encourage everybody to figure that out somehow. Is that if we get out of here with a sweep or even 5 games only, that actually gives me a few more extra days to work on other stuff. Like,
so we get more rich videos.
Let's go series.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think
I'm okay with that then.
It's kind of necessary
I'd be happy with that.
For me to start this other channel. Not that we're getting a ton of views. These 2 views, I wonder if they're my own views by accidentally, clicking on them and updating the whatever I needed to update. Like this Gafford one has no views.
Well,
so like
things of small beginnings, Rich.
Very small beginnings. And I've done no social media, no promoting. At the very least, I need to go, I don't know, start a new Facebook account because Facebook won't let me use my own name anymore. They banned me. I don't know why. Wow. During the pandemic. I've said this before, that somebody must have been upset at something I said that was, pro-science at the time. I don't know. But it was around.
Well, I mean,
I found out that my Facebook got canceled and I couldn't get back in. To this day, I haven't been able to get back in. And last time I tried, I was like, I guess I should check. Every time they say, send a photo and, write this and do a selfie. I do all of that. Then they still don't let me start an account. But like I was going to say, at the very least, I should go on Facebook, send it out to all my friends, refriend all of my old friends that used to be on there that at least know who I am.
Yeah.
Maybe go on LinkedIn and say, hey, can you guys we just need to get to 500 subscribers because I've got everything else. Everything else is going to happen. The 3,000 hours of viewing time, that's going to happen because my videos are like 13 minutes long, right? It's going to happen. It's the 500 subscribers that's tough. And I'm not logged in. Otherwise, I would subscribe.
I think we're where I think NBA Up Close is in a good position to be able to cover a lot of the off season and the Olympics and stuff like that. Obviously, I don't know, Rich, but I imagine that you'll do a lot of that on Let's Go Warriors as well with Steph, right? But
coming up with the Olympics. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think this channel here, NBA Up Close, I think it'll be a lot of fun to see what kind of league-wide or even basketball-wide stuff we can do with the same Let's Go Warriors mindset, of course, but a little, a little something for people who outside of Dub Nation, to get a little taste. And I think that can be very exciting, just because it's cool to be able to find other people in other fan bases who might not root for the Warriors, with that type of mentality. So I'm certain that, it's the same quality as Let's Go Warriors because it's you doing it. So I'm certain that people will like it. Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same type of stuff that we would have. Actually, I want to do more of these little ones. But anyway, and then this one, Rick Carlisle, he came to Jason Kidd's defense. He said, sometimes we say stuff on the podium, we don't even realize that it could be interpreted in some different way. So he doesn't think that Kidd was trying to drive a wedge between, Jalen and the rest of the Celtics, that, he doesn't necessarily think that. I was disappointed in terms of The Athletic, their writer at the NBA Finals. That was his headline. oh, the Celtics foiled Kidd's attempt to drive a wedge between the Celtics. I'm saying, wait a minute, are you sure he was trying to do that? Like, we don't know that for sure.
We don't know that for sure. So although Jason Kidd did try and like spill water on somebody, right, to get a timeout that he didn't have or whatever.
So he's done some funny things. Yeah,
he's done some little. And as a player, if the coach stepped one toe over the line onto the court, he would like bump into him. So he does think that way. There's nothing wrong with that. On the other hand,
actually,
I also
gamesmanship. Who cares?
Yeah, I also think that in particular might have been to try and cause a little, at least media frenzy or something, which it kind of did. But it also wasn't a lie in that, like,
I know
if Jaylen Brown's playing great, or if Jason Tatum's playing great, we think we can handle that. If Jason Tatum if Jaylen Brown's playing great, Jason Tatum's already good at, like, so good that, you know, that's a really bad thing for us. And I think he was being honest about that. I don't think that was a lie or trying to manipulate anything. He knew what he was doing, but he was doing it by telling the truth, I think.
They asked Drew Holiday about that on Sirius XM radio, and he goes, actually, you know,
didn't tell a lie.
Lying. Yeah. And then that went out. And then, so Drew was on the podium here last night, and he goes, oh, I want to just clear up. First thing he says, I just want to clear up that, you know, people are saying this, saying that. I'm sitting here going, what timeline are you looking at? Because I actually don't see, my timeline is all beat writers. It's not a timeline. It is a timeline, but I choose to only look at my preferred list.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes, I have a preferred list of things on Twitter, and that's how I get all this information,
right?
Including the Warriors, and I get it from trusted information. I shut out all the talkers and stuff. So probably Drew's getting it from, you know, I'll give him an out. Friends and family probably saying, oh, did you hear this, that, and the other thing, and all this and that. Yeah. And when really you could have a timeline that doesn't have all those idiots. So then you wouldn't know what the idiots are saying. But now you go on the podium and he said, I've been hearing. So now you're saying that you've been hearing from these idiots, but people don't know that it's the idiots that you're hearing from, because my timeline has none of that. Like, none of the journalists are saying, oh my gosh, did you hear what Drew Holiday said? Like, literally nothing. They know he said it, but they just, it doesn't bother me. It's just not part of my story that I have to write today. Was it not?
Well, I mean, it's, you know, we've seen this with, we've seen this with not just the media, but like fan discourse, I guess you'd call it. You know, like the whole Draymond KD thing. That was,
oh my gosh, yeah.
That was nothing, really.
Or today I was just thinking,
they blew it out of proportion.
Today I was just thinking, you know what I was thinking is so 95.7. Oh, they're at it again. But it's a radio station. That's what they do. So if anybody works at 95.7 is watching this, I'm not saying change, although I am. I'm kind of saying I wish you would change, but I know that you won't. And the thing that came up today was a couple things. The first thing was one of the guys on the radio station goes, because Draymond was talking with Looney about all those things with Jordan Poole, right? And saying that, yeah, I effed up. He literally said that. And then the guy on the radio station goes, Draymond Green to me sounds retired. I've never seen someone do what he's doing when they're still playing. He is everywhere, every day. Sounds retired. I mean, like, would you say that to the guy's face? I mean, that's disrespectful in my book. It's like, sounds retired.
Isn't it the off season?
It's year 2024, man. Yeah. If you say that, then you've got to say Pat Beverly sounds retired. Paul George sounds retired. Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson sounds retired. Everybody that has a podcast sounds retired. You just, why did you target Draymond? I'll tell you why.
LeBron sounds retired talking to JJ.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
No offense. No offense.
He said what he said is because he doesn't like Draymond. That's why it just comes out.
Just say that then. Just say, I don't like him.
Exactly.
Be honest, you know?
But it's for the clicks. And to say that indirectly will get you more of the retweets. And then, you know, what happened was after that, lo and behold, I see the same radio station filming a baseball player. I don't even know who he is, but he's probably a controversial guy. Filming a baseball player, and the caption is, "Oh, this guy's a great guy when he's not cheating." I don't even know what the issue is. Let's say it's the worst case scenario. He cheated on. He's a steroid user. He's cheating, right? That's the worst thing you can do as a baseball player. I don't even care about that. But to film the guy only minutes later, like you're there on the field, this is media session. You're filming the guy for a clip, and then minutes later you tweet to throw him under the bus. This is journalism. That's where we've gotten to. I
have no idea with any of that stuff, but the mentality is around where someone might do that, you know.
Can you imagine? You're a basketball player these days, and you have to have gotten the training that this guy's filming you, and he might be throwing you under the bus right when he hits post, and he's filming you right now. Like, not that we didn't know that was already happening. We know that happened. It's just the reminder that that's happening these days. Like, I would never ever tweet that of anybody. Like, can you imagine? Like,
I mean,
got a credential to go film some stuff, and you ended up tweeting something that throws that guy you just filmed under the bus. But we just gave you access. How could you do that?
I guess there's that journalistic principle of I don't care whether you gave me access or not. You know, there's information that we have to get out there.
Yeah, but, or we're
this is speculation
station. So
I'm sorry, what?
We're a multi-million-dollar radio station, so we
kind of have to give us access.
Yeah, we can do no wrong. I hate
that.
Oops, I said it again. See how hard it is? I can't stand it.
It's difficult, man. It's difficult.
Anyways, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I interrupted you first, Rich.
Okay. I just kind of had to get that off my chest. So I appreciate whoever's listening. Appreciate you listening.
Leave a like.
Especially me. I appreciate you being on here. We've actually been on here for 3 hours and we're just talking, and it's great. It's the greatest thing ever to be able to talk about pretty much all things Warriors, and in this case, some of the NBA Finals as well.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm looking at this thumbnail. Kristaps Porzingis being shown on the Jumbotron, the crowd cheering like crazy last night.
Yeah.
Then he goes to just warm up.
That's game 2, right?
This is his reaction. And I don't even snap these. Like, these are the automatic ones that YouTube gives me as the suggested thumbnail. And it just has this YouTube has a technology of finding the ones where you smile, like this one, or just ones where somebody's prominent, like Paul Pierce right here. So I didn't have to do anything, and this pops up, and it's just like,
nice.
You gotta feel good about the guy, right? What other Warriors channel is actually going to praise the Celtics right now in terms of this way, to say that, aren't you happy for Kristaps? I mean, all the injuries
I think
through.
Most of the channels are probably, there are some conscientious people out there who will be like, I'm just happy he's not hurt. But most of the channels will be like, oh, well, I wish we got him, or, whatever. But that's what I'm talking about, that higher level of like, you know how hard it is to play in the finals after.
Look at his hand. He's got a huge hand.
Well, yeah, he's got
7'3".
He's a giant, man. I bet his wingspan's close to 8 feet or something like crazy like that.
Oh man.
Too. I mean, I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. But, that's that higher level of just like, not to sound like we're better than everyone. 7'6" is still crazy. Not to sound like, oh, we know so much more than everybody else, but just like, of course, we're happy that the crowd is going nuts and Porzingis is back and healthy, and you know why? It wasn't cool when KD got hurt in Toronto.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought up KD. I wanted to bring that up one more time, but finish that quick.
And the Raptors, who had the chance, we were down 3-1. They had a chance to win the championship that game. Quieted the actual players, quieted the crowd. Like, hey, hey, we're not doing that. And
great example.
When does that happen in war?
Yeah,
not enough. It happens all the time in sports, though. And just having that understanding of someone, having that empathetic understanding of what someone else is going through.
Fantastic example. That's the one I was looking for, Dean.
Ah, sweet. Thank you, man.
The Raptors, but oh well. I mean, it's a great example. It's just too bad it wasn't, a Warriors situation where it was a Warriors player.
We won the game.
But then again, Oracle and Chase would never do that. I mean, we just wouldn't. That's the one thing.
Well, we've been there before,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else on the KD injury or somewhat related? Because I got to say something about.
No, go for it.
When you mentioned the whole Draymond, KD bench getting blown out of proportion, I thought today, I don't know what I was. Oh, I thought that's why I brought up the local radio station being the local radio station. Every local radio station does this. So I'm not trying to say that suddenly a local radio station needs to be more righteous. But like it reminded me of when I saw a couple of these things today that weren't really journalistic. I then remembered that when KD left the Warriors, oh my goodness, there was so much. Just throwing him under the bus. There was so much just negative energy in that. And that's when that was like a little bit before the pandemic, right? The July before the pandemic.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was too much. And that's kind of when I realized that Twitter was starting to go downhill for me. And we've theorized in the past that it may have been 2016 with the blew a 3-1 lead. Instead of celebrating your own championship, you keep pushing that button of you guys blew a 3-1 lead. So there was that, but it just felt like the KD thing just was like straw broke the camel's back. The straw that broke the camel's back for me personally on the whole Warriors Twitter thing, because you had employees at the cable company talking smack about KD, like trying to put two and two together to show you that he's a bad person. And I was just like,
thanks for the Achilles, by the way.
Right? Yeah.
Didn't mention that.
And
I can't believe they watched the same finals we watched and came away disliking Kevin Durant. How?
Right. Yeah.
Did you not? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish he didn't leave. That's true. It would have been great to still have KD.
I think
but
I only bring that up because you'd mentioned KD, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of thought about that today.
It was a red herring for where it's going.
Exactly.
And especially, you said they kicked you off. And
who?
Twitter?
No. I got into it a little bit with the guy that worked at the cable company that has the multi-million-dollar contract with the Warriors. It was just suddenly unbecoming because his previous job, he was so objective and neutral, and I mean, he actually worked for the Warriors, so he had to be.
Yeah.
But then for you to do that, and then now you're attacking one of the players. Okay, the player leaves, but it was just like seemed out of character. But then it was like, oh, he feels enabled now. He feels enabled by speaking out and using his new platform rather than being constrained by the by what you have to do for the GSW itself when you work for them. And that's why it's funny to me that sometimes I am more respectful of the team than some former employees, let alone you wonder what they're thinking in there. But that's just, we've talked about that on here before too, where it's just kind of, that's corporate America for you. That's another competitive environment, right? Like everyone is trying to get a better salary, get a better, get the promotion, climb the ladder to the CEO position or the president position. So
that's another thing I love about sports, though, is that individual success is not a guarantee of actual success, but collective success always guarantees individual success. I mean, how can it not? I mean, if you get hurt, maybe, but basically, if your team's doing well, you're doing well, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the easiest way to keep winning, which is how the Warriors went through such a difficult stretch in the West, and also difficult, things like KD leaving, Steph breaks his hand, pandemic, Klay tears his Achilles, miss the playoffs, win a title, which is insane. After 5 straight finals, is because it's all about, oh, well, I just came off a unanimous MVP season. I'm, making a case to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But it'll help us win if we bring in another MVP caliber guy. So, okay, I'll give up 2 or 3 MVPs that I almost certainly would have won for that. Huh?
My fault. I did a technical difficulty there. So wait. Oh, you're talking about Steph and Finals MVPs, right? Yep.
Yeah. Well, probably some regular season MVPs too, if I think about it. Yeah, but that, because that helps the team win, right? And my success is less important than my success coming with the success of everybody else along with me. And man, that worked.
Be right back.
All right. I wonder if there's anyone watching this. I'm sure there are a few people. 5, 6 people watching. Yes, sir. Yes, man. I don't know. I love being here. Reliving the recent glory days, and hanging out with the 5 legends and Rich and my cat here is begging for food. I'm gonna have to feed her in a minute. Just talk basketball, man. Man, this is gonna be a fun game. Game 3 coming up on Wednesday, 5:30. So everybody make sure to tune in around then. I don't know. I don't really know what we're going to do here when Rich comes back, but you have to feel good about the history of the way the Warriors bounce back, right? In different from different seasons. We've always been pretty good at that type of stuff. And I got to ask you this, Rich.
All right.
What do you think about the Bucks championship defense ending in the first round in 22 and the Warriors ending in the second round? Hello. In 23 and the Nuggets in the second round this year.
Good point. No one but you would think.
Oh, the Lakers too, first round in 21 after winning the title the year before as well.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So I got to be real with you. We got to cut this short.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I gotta be able to get to some place by 10 o'clock. But but great point. We'll bring that up on Wednesday. We got you Wednesday back for the finals.
5:30. Be there.
Oh, is it 5:30?
Yeah, I looked that up. It's 5:30 this time.
My fault.
I'll look it up one more time just to make sure.
5:30.
Game 3, 5:30. Yep.
Okay.
Same with Friday, and the rest of them until Game 6 at least are 5:30.
Great. All right. So we're gonna go now. 9:38. Get out the door by 9:40, and yeah. So here's just us, and thank you everybody.
Yeah.
Less than 48 hours. 44 hours.
Yes,
Rotten.
Baggy.
Thanks, guys.